robbed by a man with a gun. This happening at the 7-Eleven at Manchester and Airport Boulevard. The victim then following his attacker, telling police the suspect was driving a black Kia Soul, giving them a play-by-play street by street until the suspect stopped about a mile away from the 7-Eleven at a street called ISIS, where police found him. And that's where the pursuit started, on city streets all the way to the 405 North from Imperial. And it was on the 405 North that the first shots fired call came out.
Officer needs help. Northbound 405, right to left here. Northbound 405, right to left here. Exit shots fired.
Just north of La Tijera, the pursuing officers reported shots were being fired. At that point, it's unclear who was shooting. After a brief stop, the pursuit continued, and 5 minutes later, it happened again. Another shots fired. Another officer needs help call. The suspect was down. And at last check, when we saw it, the suspect was receiving CPR from police officers and then paramedics. He was taken to a hospital in what's known as grave condition, extremely critical. The LAPD has not yet provided an update on his condition and what led to the shooting. We know how it started at that 7-Eleven with a report of an attack, but it all ended with that suspect down on the 405 North. We understand no officers were hurt. We talked about that ripple effect being felt on freeways and streets throughout LA. Star Harvey has the latest on traffic. Star?
Checking in on that closure, but also some of the traffic that we see out there with that SIG alert that Gigi's covering. We do take a closer look onto the 405 northbound. Those impacts are going to be from Sepulveda Boulevard through Howard Hughes, where we do show all of that red building here through our map. Now, traffic is backed all the way up to the 105 freeway. So, you know, if you have to get through this portion of the 405, best to have an alternative route, or go ahead and do what Maria said. Maria says stay home if you can, work from home, because the backups or delays are up to 2 hours right now. Now, past that incident, the traffic is not letting up until after Jefferson Boulevard. And of course, traveling on the 405 southbound, we also have that traffic building. That is going to be because of some construction in the area. This is just a live look. It is a camera. It does look like it's still, there we go. It's moving right there. So the 405 northbound, this is at Century Boulevard, where this is what traffic looks like getting through that area. A reminder, up to 2 hours. I can't think of anyone that wants to sit through that. So do what you can. We're going to go ahead and get back to you after this.
We'll take it here. Star, thank you so much. A massive law enforcement sweep catches a lot of people by surprise at MacArthur Park in Westlake. Some 100 federal agents and LAPD officers moved in on the park yesterday afternoon to crack down on open drug dealing and other criminal activity. LAPD says 13 people were arrested for various offenses, including being under the influence of narcotics. Another 6 people were cited for lesser offenses. The sweep was a continuation of what authorities call Operation Free MacArthur Park, which started last month targeting gangs and cartel narcotics, traffickers, flooding the area with fentanyl and other illegal drugs.
But we just cannot allow people to be sitting at the park folded over on fentanyl and be on notice. We're not the state. When we arrest you, you're going to go to prison for 10 years.
We collectively refuse to allow MacArthur Park to be a cemetery anymore.
Authorities say they will continue making random sweeps at MacArthur Park in the hopes of stopping the open drug use and to make the park safer again.
Election officials have released a new round of vote totals, and in the LA's mayor's race, not much has changed. Incumbent Karen Bass coming in at 35%, followed by Spencer Pratt at 29%, and then Nithya Raman, council member, at 23%, with 64% reporting. And now on to the race for governor. Republican Steve Hilton is still on top at 27.2%, followed by Democrat Javier Becerra coming in at 26%, and then Democrat Tom Steyer at 20%, and that is with now 60% reporting.
All right, let's get to some fun stuff. A full weekend of festivities getting underway in West Hollywood.
Let's go out to Mario in West Hollywood Park for a sneak peek at some of the big events there. Good morning.
Jen, Bob, good morning. Of course, we've ended up at the bar at this hour, but you'll notice a lot of color here this weekend and hundreds of vendors. Now, I want to show you a layout of the land here because we're at West Hollywood Park, and you can see what's going to be happening this weekend. They've got 3 main stages, lots of activities, and then you'll notice this street fair here along Santa Monica Boulevard. That is free through the entire weekend. So it all kicks off. Take a look with the Out Loud Music Festival at West Hollywood Park. This 3-day festival serves as the headlining entertainment event of WeHo Pride Weekend. So this year's lineup features the Pussycat Dolls, Jade, Ava Max, Ashley Simpson, Mel C from the Spice Girls, dozens of others LGBTQ plus artists and allies performing throughout the weekend. And we can tell you that that Friday night concert with Ava Max, it is unfortunately sold out. The celebration also includes a free street fair, Women's Freedom Festival, and Sunday's annual WeHo Pride Parade. So this year's parade also comes after organizers and Kathy Hilton mutually agreed she would no longer serve as the event's Grand Marshal icon following community feedback about the selection. The parade will, however, move forward without naming a replacement. Organizers urging people to use public transit, take advantage of the city's free Pride shuttles operating throughout the weekend, and be prepared to have a good time. Take a listen.
Just encouraging people to show up and show out this year. It's obviously a lot of things are happening politically and socially, and I think for me, queer joy is resistance, and coming out to show up for our community and support one another. This event is all about love.
We have security, obviously, our sheriffs, we have private security. It's always been safe, and we have a good crowd that comes here, so it's a great event. And we prepare, obviously, we've been preparing in the park, putting up the stages, making sure that the road closures are in effect. It's a big event.
And if you're heading to West Hollywood for Pride Weekend, expect several street closures. So we want to show you what's happening today when that's concerned. At noon today, closures expand to include Santa Monica Boulevard between La Cienega and Doheny, along with portions of North Robertson and North San Vicente. Then on Sunday, Pride Parade closures run from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. Santa Monica from Fairfax to Doheny, with nearby side streets also impacted. So plan ahead if you are driving through the area and coming back out here live. A look at the main stage here for the Out Loud Music Festival. Organizers say hundreds of thousands of visitors are expected to take part in events across West Hollywood throughout the weekend, and of course a lot of it happening here at West Hollywood Park. So for now, that's the latest here. I'm Mario Ramirez. We'll send it back to you in the studio.
I was just curious, Mario, how much are the drinks if the drink menu is up there? What are they charging for the drinks in that?
Well, let me see. Taking a look at over $20.
No way!
Wowie, woo-woo.
Bring your wallet if you want to partake.
No kidding.
Tickets, depending on which tickets you get, you know, some of them are not cheap. Although there's free activations there as well. All right, Mario, thank you.
Thank you.
Just head into the bars too.
That's right.
All right, let's get to Stu with a check of your traffic on this Friday. Happy Friday, Stu.
Happy Friday, Bob. Happy Friday, everybody. And you know what? Heading to the bar, I'd love that. But Skyvox, well, we got to do traffic. And Skyvox traffic is brought to us by My Home Sold. I heard Star talking earlier on, doing a fantastic job covering for us because we were down because of the June gloom. But oh boy, that northbound 405, that looks like a tough one. I'm hearing from from Century over to the 105. You're talking about 2 hours. Ouch, that hurts. Avoid that one for sure. But we definitely have some other traffic hotspots to show you right now.
Hi, I'm Adrian with My Home Sold, and we want to buy your house. We buy any house in any condition. No commissions, no closing costs, and no repairs. Go to myhomesold.com for a free same-day cash offer. That's myhomesold.com.
Are you ready for some football? This time we're talking FIFA World Cup 2026. This is a live look right now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, otherwise known as LA Stadium, where the countdown is on for the first match here, which is Team USA versus Paraguay next Friday at 6 p.m. You can watch that game right here on Fox 11. We are your home.
Let's go USA. Well, as the U.S. men's national team gets a proper send-off at their training facility just outside of Atlanta, they got a 16-plane flyover before heading off to their new home base right here in Southern California. They play their last preparation match against Germany.
Now let's talk a little basketball. Yeah, forget rivalries between players. The NBA Finals just produced the ultimate social media villain. And it's a 3-year-old red monster.
Huh?
You know who I'm talking about, right? Oh, poor Elmo. He stepped in it again. Ahead of Game 1, Sesame Street's Elmo tweeted a sweet, innocent message. Elmo hopes both teams have fun. Sounds nice enough, right? Wrong. Knicks fans went ballistic, pointing out that, hey, Sesame Street is in New York. One fan wrote back, "This isn't the time for sportsmanship, Elmo." Well, Elmo heard the internet loud and clear. He followed up his first post with a masterclass in puns. Check it out. Nix that last message. Elmo didn't mean to spur you on.
Yikes.
Oh! New York leads the series, we should mention, 1-0, and Game 2 is tonight. Remember when Elmo just asked the internet, hey, how's everyone doing? How are we feeling? And he just got barraged with all these messages. You know what? Not too great, Elmo. And then just trauma dumping. Right.
Not to mention, if you live in New York City and they're all about the Knicks there and they're going crazy
they're going
because
nuts.
they haven't been to the championship in like a quarter century or something like that. So this is like,
and all these
you live in
people
New
are coming
York,
down on Elmo saying,
they're already
hey,
foaming at the mouth over there, right?
Right.
They're already on like street lamps, and they're
they're
going,
like, just give us an excuse.
A little nuts.
Yeah.
We will definitely be watching that, but we have so much going on this weekend, actually. Tonight as well, we've got our Dodgers game. The Angels coming up to play the Dodgers at Dodger Stadium. So if you have the tickets, first pitch is at 7:10 this evening. It's going to be mostly sunny still. Sunset's not till 8:02, so you'll see that sunshine, but temperatures will start to cool down. 71 degrees at the first pitch, and it will continue to cool as the game progresses. So make sure you bring your sweatshirt or your light jacket. We do have the onshore flow with us still. The June gloom is with us this morning. Not quite as deep as earlier this week. So we continue with some warm temperatures in the afternoon. It'll be tough to clear out the coastal communities until later this afternoon, but we will see sunshine there too eventually. But a much more noticeable cool down expected tomorrow and Sunday. These are the current temperatures right now. 58 in Oxnard, 63 in Santa Monica, 63 in Pasadena, 64 in San Bernardino, same for Big Bear. But high temperatures today will still be warm to hot. From the mountains, 81 in Big Bear this afternoon to the 97 in the high desert, 107 in the Coachella Valley. So if you're headed to Palm Springs, Indio, it is going to be really hot. So be prepared for that. 91 in the valleys and the Inland Empire, not too bad. 79 for downtown LA, which is down a couple of degrees from yesterday, to the low 70s at the coast. We're going to talk about the weekend a little bit more. We'll show you the extended outlook with the temperatures, how they'll be next week Friday, which is when FIFA starts officially here. We'll be back right after this quick break, so don't go anywhere.
Friday.
June gloom in full effect at LAX right now.
Kind of quiet there.
It is.
I think that's the road that kind of cuts through, so maybe we're not seeing all of the traffic there. I'm just guessing.
Quiet for now.
But why go anywhere, right?
When you can stay right here in Los Angeles.
And there's so much going on.
There is. Pucker up, everybody. The annual Upland Lemon Fest is underway.
Coco, she is the unofficial ambassador to the Lemon Fest. They love you out there.
They do.
I'll take that title. I love the Lemon Festival. I think it's really fun. And the thing that's so great about it, too, is the fact that it really supports the local businesses like O's Ice Cream Shop here. I have to introduce you to Denise Ramos. Look at her amazing lemon ensemble, by the way, really getting into it. You're the owner here. Oh, yeah, do a spin. We love it. We love the bow. And Denise, tell us all about O's Ice Cream Shop.
The O's Ice Cream Shop is a business-owned ice cream. I took over the business about a year ago, and it's growing. We're getting our customers in. Now it's the Lemon Festival, the biggest day that we have, the biggest sales. We have over 1,000 people coming in. It's so fun. It's growing a lot, so.
Yeah, it is fun. I mean, and talk about huge crowds, too.
Oh, yeah.
And why it's so important for people to really support these businesses downtown.
It helps a lot, the business. This is when we get the most money, the fairs. The Lemon Festival is the biggest one, so it's the funnest one. We have roller coasters, rides, a lot of food, a lot of lemon flavors. We have ice cream that's lemon, anything. It's so fun.
And I gotta tell you, I just tried your ice cream. So good. It's really creamy, really delicious. On top of that, you have a lot of seating. You have games.
Games, seatings. I love seeing the families come in here, or even the meet. Like, this is the meeting spot. Everyone, let's meet at O's. And it just gets loud at night. I love it. I love watching it.
That's really cool. So tell us about some of the items that you have.
The items that we have pints, quarts. We make milkshakes out of any of the ice cream flavors. We have our cups, our doubles, singles, kids. We have a flight, so people that are newbies and coming in and they want to try all the flavors, this is what we have for you guys. And we have the fun cones. These are new. I love them. A lot of the kids love it. And then our regular cones, my favorite, the cake cone. And then all of our ice creams. And we have here Valeria, my daughter, that helps. And we have a sampler for you guys to sample. We have the lemon custard, lemon raspberry cheesecake, our lemon sorbet, and our most popular is our banana rocky road. So it's banana-based ice cream with chocolate chunks, walnuts, and marshmallows.
Oh my goodness, that sounds incredible. And what a beautiful flight too. I love that you've got the lemon inspired flavors. Yes. And talk about what makes your ice cream so unique and just good.
So the ice cream here, we serve it, is from Gunther's products. So it's from Sacramento. They're a real nostalgic old ice cream shop in Sacramento. We bring the ice cream. I actually go pick up the ice cream from Sacramento. I rent a truck and I go up there and pick it up. There's no ice cream that tastes like it. So I hope I get everyone to come in here and taste it.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Denise. How exciting. You're taking a look now at all of the delicious flavors. They have so many different options to choose from here at O's Ice Cream Shop in downtown Upland. And if you come here to support this ice cream shop, which I think you should, then you should also enjoy the Lemon Festival. It's starting today from 4 until 11 p.m. And then if you don't make it today, it's also running Saturday and Sunday from noon until 11 p.m. So it's definitely something fun to support. We're talking about 50 musical different bands and such, and also lots of vendors. And like I said, so many great shops here downtown, and it's free to get in. I'll send it back to you.
Any unique flavors that you've seen there that you would try? Some of the ones that she mentioned were already sounded so incredible.
The raspberry cheesecake.
Okay. Yes, so yes, that one. I tried the birthday cake, which I know is not maybe like a super unique, but it's unique because it's super creamy. The cake is really good. I want to try the banana rocky road over here that she mentioned too. That sounded really good, right?
They
With
also
like the
have peanut butter
marshmallow and
cup. I was
everything.
looking at that. Ooh.
Wait, where did you see that one?
Yeah. It's over.
I see it. And look how good it looks with the drizzle too on the peanut butter cup one.
The birthday cake, I saw that has
drizzle.
Sprinkles in there. That looks really good.
Oh my God.
Awesome.
You know, have some for us, Coco.
Oh wait, I get to. Yeah.
Okay. The banana rocky road.
We're gonna try this. That's the banana. The banana rocky road.
Okay.
That is really, really good. So the first time I did the I tasted the chocolate chip. The second time I got the marshmallow. It was really good. And I'm not really a marshmallow person, but because it's like kind of melted in, it tastes really, really good.
I'm with you.
Do you see that?
Yeah.
It's like a little aftertaste that you got. Ooh. That looks good.
Tastes like summer. All right, Coco, thank you.
Thank you, Coco.
Yes.
Be right back.
You're like dressed for the lemon festival.
I am. I thought the same thing. I was like,
I'm lemon zestfully clean right here.
You are. You really got the memo.
Go out there with Coco.
You got the message. I have a question for you too, because I was just looking, tonight, my schedule, and we're definitely going to watch the game at some point. But New Yorkers, right, the Knicks have not been there forever.
Right.
And if they win, they're going to go crazy. They're going to tear the city down. But if they lose, they're going to tear the city down. So, like, what's happening? What's going to happen?
Well, there's going to be, if they win, there's going to be a giant parade, right? They do that.
Yeah, but...
Probably down Fifth Avenue somewhere, right?
Which one's worse as far as tearing the city down goes?
Yeah.
Is it at least we don't have angry people tearing the city down.
This is true.
I don't think so. I think it's going to be...
I saw that when I was in New York, like, the craziness that happens in, like...
Well, because they've never been.
They were winning when you were there.
Yeah, so you haven't seen it yet.
Oh, Yankees won.
Yeah, so I'm kind of, I think I'm watching for that reason, too.
It's been over 50 years, is it?
Yeah, 1973 was it? It was in the early 70s was the last time they, something like, okay, thank you, Don. Donnie just said that's correct. So we are excited about that as well. Now, there is a Dodger game tonight as well. So there's a lot going on. And then we've got Pride this weekend. I got you covered.
The Lemon Festival.
I got you. We got the Lemon Festival. Oh my goodness. And then
so much going on.
Next week it's FIFA.
Yes.
Woo. So I got to let you know, 6 days until FIFA World Cup here. It's USA, Paraguay. And the normal temperature is 76. And I think we will be sunny and dry. And I don't see any storms headed our way for the next 6 to 10 days. Father's Day coming up in 16 days, along with the summer solstice. 78 degrees is the average. And then 4th of July in 29 days. The time is just rolling here. It's just moving quickly. And it's going to be just alive here in Los Angeles and in SoCal, really in general. We've got an area of high pressure just offshore. It is far enough to where we've got this deep marine layer and this June gloom. It will clear out to some sunshine today, and it's still going to be pretty warm today, mild along the coast. But as that high continues to weaken, sag south tomorrow and Sunday, we're going to look for even cooler temperatures and a slightly deeper marine layer. And then next week, that high will build back, which means that we'll get those temperatures back up to average, if not well above, by midweek next week. So kind of up and down with the temperatures, but bottom line, no storms headed our way. So plan away. 79 degrees should be the high today. Our sunset time is at 8:02 later this evening. And if you're playing a little pickleball, get in that kitchen.
I love how you have the pickleball outlook.
I like it.
She did this, I believe, yesterday, right?
Yeah, I did this yesterday. I've been doing this sometimes, and because a lot of pickleball players, this is like the sport.
Fastest growing sport in America.
Exactly. 70. Keeping doctors.
Isn't it like cricket
in
or
place.
like
No. It's
No.
pickleball.
Highlight?
It's pickleball.
It's pickleball, Bob.
Are you sure?
Bobby, come on.
Can you just
get in the kitchen, Bobby. Get in the kitchen, man. 79 degrees in downtown. For those of you who don't know, that's what they call that part of the court, you know, when you play pickleball. That you're not supposed to get in the kitchen anyway. I got hurt, so I kind of retired my racket. But 91 in Woodland Hills today, 107 in Palm Springs, to that 74 in Santa Ana. I'll be back with the 7-day in just a few moments. Back to you.
You win. All right, we're following some breaking news out of Westchester right now. That is where a stretch of the 405 freeway remains shut down after a police pursuit ended in gunfire.
Let's get to Gigi Garcia. She's live there with the very latest. Gigi.
And before getting into the shooting, we just want to tell you that traffic on the west side is an absolute mess. If you are heading here, whether you're on the 405 South or the 405 North, where you'll be taken off here at Howard Hughes Parkway, allow yourself at least an extra hour's time, because traffic on the side streets that normally would be flowing like Centinela or Sepulveda, heavy with traffic, but not like what we're seeing today. They are backed up 4 miles. And let me show you why.
5880 West Manchester, 5880 West Manchester Avenue at the 7-Eleven.
It all started around 4:14 this morning when someone called 911 to say he had been attacked and robbed by a man with a gun. This happening at the 7-Eleven at Manchester and Airport Boulevard. The victim then following the suspect, telling police he was driving a black Kia Soul, giving them a play-by-play street by street until the suspect finally stopped about a mile away from the 7-Eleven, and that's where police found him. But they say he didn't want to cooperate, and that's where the pursuit started. On city streets all the way to Imperial and the 405 North, where the suspect got on the freeway, and it was there that the first call of 2 calls, shots fired, officer needs help, came out.
Officer needs help, northbound 405, right to left ahead, northbound 405, right to left ahead, exit shots fired.
Just north of La Tijera, the pursuing officers reported shots were being fired. At that point, though, it's unclear who was actually doing the shooting. After a brief stop on the freeway, the pursuit continued, and 5 minutes later, it happened again. Another shots fired. Officer needs help call. We saw the suspect down on the freeway with police officers performing CPR on him. Then paramedics arrived. They did the same. We're told he was taken to a hospital in grave condition, extremely critical. Bringing it back here live. We are awaiting an update from the LAPD that should happen in the next half hour or so. Meanwhile, the ripple effect on traffic is being felt throughout the city. If the 405 is part of your commute, allow yourself a lot of extra time, especially on the west side. The 405 North is shut down between Howard Hughes Parkway and La Tijera, and the points even further north of that. The south is a mess because of the looky-loo traffic and also a lot of construction. Reporting live, I'm Gigi Graciette. Back to you.
All right, Gigi, thank you. Meanwhile, the NBA has announced a lifetime ban for a fan who ran onto the basketball court during Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Take a look at this. It all happened at halted play when the fan rushed the floor trying to take a selfie with Spurs star Victor Wembanyama. What are you doing? He was then pushed away by multiple security guards. The NBA announced he was arrested and given a lifetime ban from all NBA arenas. Hope it was worth it. Along with a second involved individual also receiving the same sentence, I guess you could say.
People just want their, 2 seconds of fame, right, on social media.
2 seconds of fame, and now you're not allowed to go to any more NBA games for the rest of your life.
Who would even want to see his content for something like that? You know what I mean? It's just it's not funny.
What's the point?
Yeah. The Dodgers and the Angels kick off a 3-game series tonight at Dodger Stadium.
Chop it to first and fair. Ildemaro Vargas to the bag and a collision. Muncy's safe and hurt.
Yeah, it's so hard to watch that. We're really hoping that Max Muncy is okay after that collision at first base. Both players stayed on the ground for some time before staggering back to their respective dugouts. Muncy looks like he had a little, maybe a cut to his face. Both would leave the game. Dodgers lost this one, unfortunately, 3-2. Here's Muncy on that collision postgame.
You know, when I looked at the replay, it looked like we both kind of did the same thing, or we both jumped to almost, de-weight ourselves and avoid it. Unfortunately, we did not avoid it. And so, again, most importantly, though, like I said, I hope he's doing okay. I definitely did not mean to run into him. It just happened, and hopefully he's doing all right.
Yeah, you're just running full speed, trying to get to the base, right? How do you stop? You can watch tonight's Dodgers-Angels game right here on Fox 11, right after the news at 6. Coverage starts at 6:30 with the game starting at 7. All right, Amanda's off today, but entertainment is sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino. We got you covered. It looks like the Wayans brothers are having the last laugh at the box office.
Guess who's back? We back. Hello, Tuesday.
That's hilarious. The R-rated scary movie racked up close to $8 million in previews yesterday. It's on track to make a lot more money than predicted this weekend. Critics aren't liking it, but audience are also flexing some of that muscle. Masters of the Universe that made around $4 million. This one critics love. We'll tell you which one will be the master of the box office Monday morning.
Oh, boy.
By the power of Grayskull.
Okay, that's a yes.
Masters of the Universe.
I've never seen it.
I have the power.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, Wayans brothers are, they're reviving their R-rated movie franchise. Disney is doing the same thing with one of its long dormant animated franchises. Take a look. Ooh, thawing out. This is the first teaser trailer for Ice Age Boiling Point, and all of the original voice stars are back too. Ray Romano, Queen Latifah, Dennis Leary, John Leguizamo. This is the seventh Ice Age movie, the seventh one. It'll hit theaters February of next year. It's so funny to watch how the technology's advanced over the years. Like the first Ice Age movie looks so different.
Interesting.
From this one.
All right.
So good.
So speaking of animated movies, let's take you back to our poll question of the day. There it is. Last hour, we asked you, what's your favorite Pixar movie? And there are the results. 32% of you agreeing with Star, saying Coco.
Remember me.
Toy Story coming in at second.
Okay, we got a few comments. Yes. Let's see it. Martha from West Covina says, Coco, it helped my young children better understand to love those around them because we don't know when our Maker will call us to heaven. Oh, that's very sweet. That's also very true. Ariana, Ratatouille.
Oh, Ratatouille is a good one.
Never even thought about Ratatouille.
That is a good one,
I love
Ariana.
Ratatouille.
It's like when he's making the Ratatouille, you're like, ooh.
Yeah, you're like,
makes
actually,
you
I want
hungry.
some Ratatouille. Shanna from Chino, Wall-E is my favorite, my son's favorite as a kid. Yes, I love Wall-E. You know, what's cool about Wall-E is very minimal dialogue, but the movie was so good. It had so much heart. The Incredibles, says Stephanie from Highlands. I have a grandson that's Jack.
Aww. Very cute, very cute. I love The Incredibles.
Wow.
Victoria from Encino says, we love Toy Story, but we love Cars more.
Ka-chow.
We're all about Lightning McQueen in this house.
Right.
Yeah.
I love Lightning McQueen. And Ashley from Huntington Park says, also, Turning Red is another one of my favorite movies.
I've not seen that one.
About the panda, I believe.
Okay, I'm going to try it.
Yeah. Actually. Barbie from Riverside says, it's a toss-up between Cars and Toy Story, but I love Tow Mater.
I've not seen that one.
You haven't seen Cars?
Oh, I've seen Cars. I didn't know
Yeah.
what Tow Mater was.
Tow Mater. They have a whole Cars area, Cars Land, and California Adventure.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? I've been. It's fantastic.
Well,
Star, your movie won.
Your movie won.
Yeah. I'm so happy to see that. And as I'm standing over here, all these other favorites are going through my head, like A Bug's Life.
Yes.
I absolutely love. And then
Why
there's
don't
the
we make another one of those?
Yes, we do. We definitely do. And then the one with all the emotions. I can't think.
Inside Out.
There we go. Inside Out. That's a favorite one, too.
It's a great one.
Think of the name, right? Let's go ahead and talk about some traffic for you this morning. Your traffic is sponsored by the law offices of Jacob Armani and calljacob.com. I am bringing you right back here to our SIG alert across the 405 northbound freeway. We've been dealing with the SIG alert over the last several hours. We do have closures from Howard Hughes through La Tierra, so something to watch for. However, the traffic is backed up on the 405 northbound freeway to the 105 freeway connector. So, of course, if the 405 going northbound through the Westchester area is your original route, here's something else to look at. We do have an alternative route here for you. It is going to possibly be traveling up the 1 freeway northbound. We do still have some stop and go traffic once we hit into the Westchester area, but not as bad as what we are seeing with those delays up to 2 hours on the 405 freeway. Here's some alternative street routes. You can take Inglewood Avenue, La Cienega Boulevard, La Brea Avenue as well. These are all streets that do run parallel to the 405 getting through that Westchester area. So if you are braving through the traffic this morning, good luck to you. Here's a look at some of your other traffic hotspots.
So I do hot yoga every day. After the accident, my lower back was so stiff I couldn't move, and I called Jacob. They treated me like a king. I did not have to deal with anything. If you're in an accident, call Jacob. Call Jacob.
Good morning and happy Friday. We've got a heavenly hookup for you this morning. Today, Good Day LA wants to hook you up with 4 tickets behind the dugout to see the Angels take on the Rays on Friday, June 12th at the Angel Stadium. You can enter for a chance to win on our website at foxla.com/contest or the link through the QR code right there on the screen. Good luck to our viewers. Now let's go ahead and send it right back over to Maria for a check on your forecast.
And this weather is sponsored by the law offices of Larry H. Parker. And we are taking a look outside right now. This is a different view of the amusement park. This is Pan Pacific Park, I should say, there in Santa Monica at the pier. And it looks good, a little shrouded in the June gloom and that cloud cover. But eventually, I think we'll see some sunshine there at the pier as well a little later this afternoon. We've got an area of high pressure that's just far enough to allow this onshore flow to stay with us. That high is actually weakening, and it will bring in, or at least usher in, more cloud cover as we get into tomorrow and Sunday. So more noticeable cool down expected as we get to the weekend. But today, if you're headed to Irvine, maybe playing a little pickleball, we've got some clouds still, temperatures in the mid-60s. As we get to the afternoon, we will look for a little bit more sunshine, but temperatures not going to warm up too much beyond the low 70s. At the coast, temperatures around 66 to 73. We do have some higher surf rolling in, 3 to 5 feet. Ventura County, LA County beaches, occasionally 6-foot sets, Orange County and San Diego. So please be very extra careful if you are swimming or paddling out. Make sure you do so near a lifeguard. Here's our 7-day forecast as we kind of still stay pretty warm today, 79, and then we'll cool down this weekend, mid-70s. Still close to average, if not slightly above, and then we'll warm it up slightly as we get into midweek next week. Valleys, Inland Empire on the warmer side today with that 91, but cooling down to around 82 on Sunday and on Monday, and then back up to the upper 80s by midweek into Thursday of next week. 81 up into the mountains, no rain in sight here. Looking at Big Bear, cooling off to around 73 on Sunday. The high desert areas, upper 90s there, and then getting back down to the 80s by early next week. And then the Coachella Valley, really hot today, still staying in those triple digits, 107, maybe cooling down to just 100 as we get into Sunday and early next week. There's my weather. I'll send it back to you.
Watch your hand.
Just a couple of icons together, a couple of living legends together, a surprise visit from civil rights icon Dolores Huerta. As a hometown hero, muralist Robert Vargas was honored yesterday. This is all an unveiling of the new mural by Vargas at Mendez High School in Boyle Heights. There was a dedication for the new Robert Vargas Library and Media Center, celebrating the world-renowned muralist and Boyle Heights native. The ceremony included the unveiling of, look, wow. How beautiful is that? 80-foot mural by Vargas entitled, "If You Can Dream It, You Can Achieve It."
Wow. The new Robert Vargas Library and Media Center, and although this mural is for the high school, it's also for the community and for everyone to look at this mural and see this figure and see themselves in this mural and see what you can do, see what you can become. I cut the mural off at the eyebrows because the rest of it is into the sky. The possibilities are infinite.
Everything is intentional with Robert Vargas. How beautiful, right?
It really is beautiful.
Impressive as always. The LA Unified School District says the dedication honors Vargas's impact on arts education and cultural identity.
It amazes me how fast he does these murals.
Right.
He just cranks them out.
He just keeps turning them out. I know. Amazing.
Love us some Robert Vargas.
Yep.
A big event happening in downtown LA this weekend. The Chicano Music Festival taking place Sunday, as we said, in downtown.
That's right. And here to talk more about it, the event founder, Uno Rodriguez. Thank you for being here this morning.
Hey
How
there.
exciting.
Oh, thank you for the invite. I'm super excited to be here with you guys.
So this is a huge milestone for the event, right? Taking it here to Los Angeles. What does that mean to you?
It means a lot. You know, I've done 3 in hometown San Diego. I've done 2 in Las Vegas. The dream was to come to Los Angeles. We're finally here. I'm super, super excited. You know, it's good for Los Angeles. It's good for the culture. It's good for community, but it's good for humanity, too.
Yeah. And how are you going to bring that LA flavor to the festival?
You know, the flavor is always the flavor. You know, the best way that I could tell it to you is that, you know, we always get like the microscopic view of everything that's like faulty in the inner city. This is like a telescopic view of everything that is beautiful in the inner city. So it's like a 360, lowriders, folklorico, mariachis, Aztec dancers, hip hop, oldies, cumbia, banda, everything in one.
Yeah, I think what's amazing about this event is you celebrate everything Chicano culture, right? And this is something that spans generations. So you have something there basically for both young and old, right?
Oh yeah, you know, it bridges cultures and generations. You know, ultimately the objective for me is to like eradicate division, celebrate Chicano culture, the beautiful elements of it, and with symbiotic energy and unionship and togetherness and mutualism, and invite the whole planet to come and just, you know, experience the same energy. That's what this is all about.
That's right. And music, obviously a big part of the culture. Can you tell us who's on the lineup?
Oh, see, this is what's beautiful about this festival. Another festival like this does not exist, especially musically. We have Baby Bash, we have Los Yesterdays, we have Irene Diaz, the Delphonics, the Temptations, Cadetes de Linares, Sonora Dinamita, Conejo, which is a blend of cumbias, banda, hip hop, timeless oldies, all under the same umbrella on the same day.
So you have all of that music, and then we're watching some of the video here. Obviously, it's all about the food and bringing all of that together. So tell us about that, and what can people expect there if they want to just enjoy some of the different foods that they're going to be you're going to have there.
Well, if you want to have a full day of great music, great vibes, great energy, cultural celebration, come to Plaza de Cultura and Artes. We're going to have every element of food. We're going to have tacos. We're going to have tortas. We're going to have aguas. We're going to have burgers. We're going to have tamales. We're going to have everything that makes you gain weight, but you can take it right off the week after.
Well,
watch out, Bob.
You could sit there and you could dance the night away
dance
too,
it off.
and just like dance off all the calories.
Yeah, you can dance it off.
And really quickly, you know, you're holding it at a really special place there. You're talking about the plaza there in the El Pueblo, where the city of Los Angeles had started. So this is kind of pretty cool.
Bringing it full circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, la Plaza de Cultura and Artes is the absolute perfect place for it. The museum represents a lot of the music and the art and the history of Los Angeles, and that's what this is about. Like I said, not only is this great for the culture and it's great for the community and great for Los Angeles, but it's great for humanity. It's a good time to celebrate in togetherness and have a door wide open to invite every other culture to come experience our culture.
One more thing, you know, how can people get involved? Where do they have to go?
So go to ChicanoMusicFestival.com. That's where you can get your tickets. If you're on Instagram or social media, go to ChicanoMusicFest.com. But for the tickets, it's ChicanoMusicFestival.com. I want to applaud you and thank you for being abrasive and allow me to be here. Y que viva la raza.
All right.
Uno, thank you.
Thank you, Uno.
Have a great festival.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back.
7 to 9 a.m. on this Friday morning. I'm Roxy Carpadian.
Hey there, I'm Brooke Thomas sitting in for Sandra this morning. Maria, good morning.
Hi, good morning to you. I'm meteorologist Maria Quaban. We've got the weekend here just in our sights now, and we have some nice forecast temperatures, actually. Today, we start with the low cloud cover and that June gloom once again, but not as extensive as earlier this week. So we are going to look for continued dissipation of that cloud cover. You can see the last few frames of the satellite radar pictures really getting some more of those clearer skies inland first and then eventually along the coast. Right now, it's warmed up in Victorville. It's 84. It's finally in the 70 range in San Bernardino. Big Bear at 73 degrees. 60s elsewhere. And of course, it's cooler the closer to the coast you go. 63 in Santa Monica currently. But later this afternoon, around 81 for Big Bear up into the mountains. 97 in the high desert to triple digits. Really hot and toasty in the Coachella Valley today. 107 expected there in Palm Springs. Low 90s for the valleys and the Inland Empire. Around 79 for downtown LA. It's down a couple of degrees from yesterday. However, still very much above the average. Low 70s along the coast with some partly sunny skies later this afternoon. I'll show you the rest of the forecast in just a few moments. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Maria, thank you. Let's get right to our breaking news in Westchester. That's where a shooting at the end of a police pursuit has shut down a stretch of the 405 freeway.
What a mess. Yeah, let's go to Gigi right now live in Westchester with more on what we know. Gigi.
Good morning. The man who was shot was a robbery and attack suspect, and we are awaiting an update from the LAPD. But before we get to that story, let me show you this story, because the ripple effect of the shooting on the 405 North at Howard Hughes Parkway and then another crime scene at La Tijera, also on the 405 North, has caused a SIG alert. You are looking live. This is the northbound. The folks who were heading on the 405 North, they've been taken off at Howard Hughes Parkway, and the streets surrounding Howard Hughes Parkway, Centinela, Sepulveda, they are backed up 4 miles, and you cannot get on the freeway here either. Now let's take you to what happened at 4:15 this morning.
Just occurred 5880 West Manchester, 5880 West Manchester Avenue at the 7-Eleven.
It started early this morning when someone called 911 to say he'd been attacked and robbed by a man with a gun. This all happening at the 7-Eleven at Manchester and Airport Boulevard. The victim then following his attacker, telling police the suspect was driving a black Kia Soul, giving them a street-by-street, play-by-play until the suspect stopped about a mile away. And that's where police found him. He didn't want to stop or get out of the car, and that's where the pursuit started on city streets to the 405 North, where the suspect entered the freeway from Imperial, and it was just moments later that the first officer needs help call came out.
Officer needs help. Northbound 405 right to La Tijera. Northbound 405 right to La Tijera. Exit shots fired.
That was the first of 2 officer needs help call, all of them happening on the 405 freeway. One of them near Howard Hughes Parkway, the other just north of La Tijera. About 5 minutes later, that's when officers reported shots were being fired. At that point, though, and it is still unclear who was actually shooting. We saw the suspect down on the freeway. Police were performing CPR on him, and then paramedics were too. They transported him to the hospital, we're told, in grave condition. Again, the LAPD is going to meet the media here, tell us what happened, what they can share. This is going to be an hours-long investigation, and it is affecting everyone. And if you're making your way from the valley to the west side, to the west side to the valley, you're probably going to be affected by the traffic. For that, let's go to our eye in the sky. Sky Fox with Stu Mundell above it all. Good morning, Stu.
Hey, good morning, Gigi. Yeah, tragic scene indeed. Those boys in blue doing their job as well as they can. Taking a look at that traffic issues, take a look at that. So where is this exactly? Northbound 405, and it all ended right before the 90. That's the shot you see right there. All those northbound lanes are shut down. All northbound lanes on that 405 are shut down during this investigation, taking people off at what I believe is going to be Centinela. Now, that is basically going to create a huge backup. As I understand it, that backup might take you up to 2 hours just from the 105 to that location. Now, southbound, that 405 wide open, no lanes being blocked at all. This is all looky-loo traffic. Yeah, there is some traffic out here, but never this bad. You can see that looky-loo traffic. This is going to back you up. You're going to hit those brakes. Actually, it's a good ride from the Sepulveda Pass to Venice. And then at Venice, it's very slow and go. It's just looky-loo traffic. Nothing to see there, folks. Just let's keep it moving. Let's get everybody to where they need to be on time. But right now, give yourself extra time on that southbound lanes as well. Sending it back to you all in the studio, and good morning.
All right, Stu, thank you so much. Election official released a new round of vote totals and the LA mayor's race. You know what? It doesn't look like much has changed, right? Incumbent Karen Bass does remain in first place there with 35%, followed by Spencer Pratt in second at 29% and Nithya Raman in third place at 23%. 64% of votes have been counted so far. Over in the race for California's next governor, Republican Steve Hilton is still on top, followed by Democrats Javier Becerra and Tom Steyer. 59% of precincts reporting.
Pride Month celebrations get underway today.
That's right. Mario is live with a quick look at a full weekend of events in West Hollywood. It's going to be action-packed.
Yeah, it really is. Roxy, Brooke, good morning to you. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of people that are expected here in the city of West Hollywood throughout the weekend. And you can see behind me here at West Hollywood Park, the stage is set for Pride weekend here, and it is going to be packed with performances. This is one of 3 stages, actually, where people will be able to check out those performances throughout the park. So take a look. It all kicks off with the Out Loud Music Festival, the 3-day music festival serving as the headlining entertainment event of WeHo Pride weekend. And this year's lineup features the Pussycat Dolls, Jade, Ashley Simpson, Mel C from the Spice Girls, Ava Max, and dozens of others throughout the weekend. The celebration also includes a free street fair, Women's Freedom Festival, and Sunday's annual WeHo Pride Parade at noon. So this year's parade also comes after organizers and Kathy Hilton mutually agreed she would no longer serve as the event's Grand Marshal icon following community backlash about the selection. The parade, however, will move forward without naming a replacement Grand Marshal icon. Meanwhile, we spoke to one of the performers taking the stage here on Saturday, ready to celebrate with the huge crowds out here.
Blend of rap, bluegrass. I grew up in Kentucky, and pop music.
What's your favorite part about Pride before we let you go?
Ooh, Pride. I think it's just coming out with all my friends. It's also a time to talk about important conversations and ways to highlight different aspects of our community and different, like my friends. It's sick.
So the weekend celebration is just getting started. If you are heading to West Hollywood for Pride weekend, expect several street closures. Beginning at noon today, closures expand to include Santa Monica Boulevard between La Cienega and Doheny, along with portions of North Robertson and North San Vicente. Then on Sunday, Pride Parade closures run from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Santa Monica from Fairfax to Doheny Drive, with nearby side streets also impacted. Now, coming back out here live, you can see the preparations are underway this morning. Activities begin at 6 o'clock here at West Hollywood Park. Weekend passes for the main Out Loud Music Festival start at $179 for general admission, but lots of free things to partake in. You've got the street fair along Santa Monica all weekend, and a lot of fun to be had here throughout the park. For now, that's the latest here in West Hollywood. We'll send it back to you in the studio.
It'll be a wild time. All right. Thank you so much,
You look
Mario.
happy out there in the sunshine, Mario.
Yeah.
The weather is going to be great, by the way. It's got to be like in the 70s. Perfect right now.
Perfect. All right. Thank you, Mario. Okay, coming up, 9:08. Should have known better. Right here, waiting. Don't mean nothing.
Yes,
Do you know what that is?
Well, the man behind those hits and more is in studio after the break. Richard Marks is joining us live to talk not only about his newest album, After Hours, but his big show next week at the Hollywood Bowl. First up, though, a check of traffic.
And indeed, Good Day LA Traffic is brought to you by DTLA Law Group Accident and Injury Attorneys. Let's go to our traffic map here. We have been talking about, of course, that closure on the 405 freeway. So just a little bit farther down, this is the southbound 405 at Manchester Boulevard on-ramp. And you can see from this side, at least, that this part of the 405 is moving nicely, but definitely still impacting that traffic going northbound on that 405 due due to that police incident. So let's take a look at our drive times out of downtown LA on that West 10 freeway between the 5 to the 405. It's taking you about 40 minutes, so it's still slow going there on that West 10. Northbound 110 between the 405 to the 10, about 27 minutes. It's pretty typical for this time of morning. On that West 60 between the 57 to the 5, not too bad either. 31 minutes there. Now let's take a look at some of the other traffic hotspots.
This broadcast is locally sponsored by DT LA Law Group, Auto Accident and Injury Attorneys. Have an injury? Text Injury Help to 40222 or visit us online at calldowntown.com. Message and data rates and usage may apply.
Right now, we're getting an update on the shooting on the 405 freeway in Westminster.
Northbound 405 freeway. At that time, during the pursuit, the suspect opened fire, presumably towards the officer's directions, and a short time later stopped the vehicle, exited that vehicle in possession of a handgun. The officers gave him direction and commands to drop the handgun, but he refused to comply, and an officer-involved shooting occurred at that time. The suspect was struck by the officer's gunfire. Officers took that suspect into custody, rendered aid until the paramedics arrived from LAFD. LAFD paramedics transported him to a local hospital, but despite life-saving efforts, he was pronounced deceased by medical staff. The suspect's handgun is in our custody. It'll be booked as evidence and undergo forensic analysis. Thankfully, no other community members on the freeway, nor were our officers, nor were that original victim injured as a result of this incident. We certainly understand the impact that this investigation is going to have on our community here today. out here on the freeway. It's going to be closed down for a little bit. In a second, I'll bring up CHP Lieutenant James Beard to kind of give a traffic update, but I certainly wanted to open up for any questions from you guys first.
Did the suspect stop on his own? On the freeway?
Yeah, during the vehicle pursuit, he at some point stops, exits the vehicle in possession of a handgun, doesn't comply, and the officer-involved shooting occurs.
What can you share about the suspect? What do you know that you can share?
The only thing I know is that he's a male adult. He was in that Kia Soul. He initially threatened that person. We responded to that call for service, and then we ended up engaging in an officer-involved shooting with him.
Can you confirm that what he stole from the taxi driver was glasses?
I don't know what was stolen. I just know we do have a 211, a robbery that occurred. I don't know what items were taken, but I do know that at some point he threatened that driver of that taxi cab. Yeah. I could just empathize with drivers because it has certainly impacted me coming in as well. We certainly recognize the impact and we ask for the community's patience. This is a very thorough and comprehensive investigation that we conduct with officer-involved shootings. They're extremely serious, not just to communities, but our department, community members, but our department as well. So we ask for the patience. This process that we go through is replicated nationwide, and so it does take some time. But I would also ask the community to be prepared for a video that will be released within at least 45 days that will show preliminary details regarding what happened, and you can go to our YouTube page and see those videos as well that we release following any officer-involved shooting.
Is there anything you know about the suspect, a past criminal history of any kind?
I don't have any of that information.
Can you talk about the danger that the officers were in? I mean, this is someone who was on a freeway and then exits his car to turn around and engage the officers.
Yeah, I appreciate you asking about the officers. I mean, every single day we put ourselves in the middle of harm in the community that calls us for service, and this is just another example of the violence and the dangers that our officers face daily. Certainly not just, it was earlier in the morning, so thankfully there wasn't a lot of traffic, but you still have traffic on the freeway. You have someone that's intended to act out violently and armed with a handgun and presumably fires at our officers and then doesn't comply with that handgun in his possession. That's a dangerous situation for our officers, actually.
How long the freeway will be shut down?
I will pass over to the lieutenant to talk about the shutdown, but I can imagine this will take at least another 3 to 4 hours. These investigations take some time, and this one, given the fact that there is an apparent initial shooting and then the officer-involved shooting, it's a little bit of a distance on the 405 freeway, roughly north of Howard Hughes Parkway going northbound.
Did the cab driver make that 911 call, and how soon were police there, and how did they locate the suspect?
So the taxi driver, the original victim, I believe, is our person reporting who called the police. I don't know the duration of what it took, but something like that would certainly be an emergency, code 3 lights and sirens response by us, which usually takes minutes. And then he was the one that directed the officers to the suspect who was still in that area.
And police attempted to pull over the driver?
We attempted to give him commands initially to get out of the vehicle, and then he fled and attempted to evade the officers.
And so the victim was a taxi driver?
He identified himself as a taxi cab driver in the original comments of the call, and that he was approached by that suspect who threatened him.
Do you have a scene there where the cab was, where the 211 occurred? Do you have a scene also still there?
I don't know if we're still holding that scene. I couldn't tell you at this time, but I can imagine it's still something that we'll be processing, but I don't know if that's being held now.
Now, the suspect is the owner of the vehicle that...
The black Kia Soul, I don't know if he's the owner or not.
Do you have an approximate age and if he's from Los Angeles?
I don't know where he's from. I can just tell he's a male adult. I don't know the age or the name at this time. Anything else from my end? I'll bring up Lieutenant James Beard to just talk to you about traffic.
Thank you, Captain. Good morning, everyone. I'm Lieutenant James Beard from the West Los Angeles CHP office. This morning, as described by him, we did Los Angeles Police Department had an officer-involved shooting on the 405 freeway just north of Howard Hughes behind me. We're asking at this time that you, if you can at all avoid the area, please do so. The traffic is heavily impacted by the closure. We're sympathetic and we understand, and we will do our best to ensure that the freeway gets open as soon as possible. However, we do want to, they will want to do a very thorough investigation with this incident. Currently, the 405 freeway is closed northbound at La Tierra and as well here at the Howard Hughes on-ramp. You cannot access the 405 northbound from there. The 405 southbound is still open, but please, if you're going to LAX to catch a flight or going to work this morning, and wherever you may be going, if you must come to the area, please give yourself a lot of extra time. Use phone apps or mapping for alternate routes. You will not be able to get through on the freeway. Currently, we are updating our CHP traffic page frequently, and you may also find information on the closures on the CHP West Los Angeles X, Instagram, and Facebook pages.
Were any of your troopers assisting with this once it got onto the freeway?
No, we were not involved in this. We're assisting our partners with the Los Angeles Police Department. Anything else?
On a normal day, this is a heavily congested area, the 405, correct?
This is especially this time of morning. It's a commute, Friday morning. Congestion is heavy, but also not only the 405, but Sepulveda over here is also very jam-packed. I can see to my right, a lot of people are trying to access the 405 northbound from Howard Hughes, and you won't be able to get on there right now. We're expecting several more hours. I wish I could give you a more concise answer as to the duration, but we're expecting several more hours, and we will update as soon as we know. Again, on those media pages, we'll update as soon as we have a better estimate as to when we'll be able to open back up.
Do you have any recommendations for drivers that are heading north that would normally have taken the 405?
It's avoid Sepulveda, the southbound 405 is still open. Give yourself a lot of extra time. That's my recommendation. And if you are having to access the area from northbound, I used my phone to get to work this morning because I knew traffic was going to be messed up. And it didn't lead me wrong. So whatever your favorite app that you used for mapping is what I did, and that's what I would
But city streets are extremely congested.
Sepulveda, especially over here, is very congested. La Cienega very congested as well. So.
Good. Anything else?
Thank you.
Right there, you were listening live to the California Highway Patrol and also the LAPD. Updating on this morning's officer-involved shooting, you heard there was a robbery suspect who had attacked and robbed a yellow cab driver who was stopped at a 7-Eleven at Manchester and Airport. That yellow cab driver actually followed the suspect for about a mile and was able to tell police where the suspect was. And police found that suspect there. You heard Captain Mike Bland say that suspect did not want to obey commands, did not want to get out of the car, and that's where the pursuit started, through city streets onto the 405 north from Imperial. There were actually 2 reports of shootings, with the suspect shooting at officers, one that happened near La Tijera, the other at Howard Hughes Parkway. And you also heard the California Highway Patrol Lieutenant James Beard avoid the area if you can, especially if you're heading northbound. City streets, Sepulveda, Centinela, La Tijera, they are all backed up for miles. So if you can postpone coming into the area, that's highly recommended. Check your phone apps, and if you have to be in the area, allow yourself a lot of extra time. Of course, we'll have more on this officer-involved shooting, and also the confirmation that that robbery and assault suspect is dead. He was taken to the hospital where he died. We'll have much more on this coming up on Good Day LA. For now, I'm Gigi Gracia live. I'll send it back to you.
Gigi, thank you so much. All right, we're changing things completely here. We're getting, well, yes, we are. We're also having a spiritual discussion here. All right, we're getting into entertainment, and entertainment sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino. You know, the hits keep coming for Grammy Award-winning singer-songwriter Richard Marx.
The artist behind classics like Right Here Waiting, Hold On to the Nights, has sold more than 30 million albums worldwide and continues to find new audiences nearly 4 decades into his career.
There was something so familiar in your stare, like we had been lovers somewhere. Why are we apart? You can feel the spark. It's the magic hour.
Okay, that put me in a good mood. His latest album, After Hours, features collaborations with heavyweights like Rod Stewart, Kenny G, Chris Bodie, and has climbed the jazz charts around the world.
I've downloaded it already. Speaking of Rod Stewart, Richard's playing the Hollywood Bowl with him next week, and he's joining us here right now in the studio. Thanks for being with us.
Hi.
And squeezing us in, by the way, because you get to this tour like almost immediately, right?
Yeah, I start my tour tomorrow night. in Sacramento, Highland to be exact.
Okay.
And then I start with Rod on Monday night in Phoenix. So I'm doing about 17 shows over the summer with Rod.
That's going to be a fun concert.
Well,
I mean, you're going to sing some of his greats.
I don't know how much we're going to do together.
No?
But we're going to hang out together because we're pals.
Come on.
But I'm doing my show and he's doing his show, and I'm his special guest. He asked me to come on a tour. It actually makes no financial sense for me whatsoever. It's like, but I couldn't say no because I love him. And I've admired him so much, and we became friends the last few years. He sang on my album. I just love hanging out with Rod so much. He's so much fun. And so I just was like, I don't care. I have to go do this tour with him.
Yeah, I mean, win-win.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I want to talk a little bit about your career because you're like, okay, let's do it. You began this career and you were facing rejection after rejection, and people in your life weren't encouraging you to pursue this. One of those people being a friend of yours.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about. What made you at that point decide, you know, this is something I want to do because I believe I have it in me and this is my passion? Or were you doing it to show them, look, you were wrong?
I mean, there was a little bit of fuel to prove people wrong who judged me as dismissing me, or, you know, look, I always remind, especially young, up-and-coming singer-songwriters, that the songs that record companies rejected of mine for several years in a row became #1 singles.
Yeah.
So you have to start with a belief in yourself and a love for what you do and a passion for it, that where you're just not going to be deterred. I did have, you know, people I really admired and respected say you shouldn't do that, but it wouldn't have changed. I wouldn't have. There was no possibility I was going to quit, and so I think that the rejection simply just fueled the "I'll show you" kind of thing, which is good, but it also creates a chip on your shoulder that is negative, and I've had to learn over the years to get rid of that for sure.
So what's your take on, like, as a great songwriter, the songwriting of today, the music of today? One of the things is, like, your album that you work with Chris Botti, Kenny G, so you have these instrumentalists that are just these incredible instrumentalists, and that's like sort of like the old way of just like doing things, right?
Yeah.
But now with like artificial intelligence, writing, like, you know, you can create lyrics. It's just a different time right now. But
well, it's night and day. I mean, it's just completely different, and I know that a lot of my peers, aka old guys, have this philosophy that there's no good music anymore, and you know, pop music doesn't resemble what it. Okay, but it's not going to change anything. It's like, and guess what? To the people who are making music now and having success, the music business is great. So I just got to do what I love to do. And I'd never made a record like this that was sort of swing, jazz-based, half covers, half songs I wrote that sound like that era. I recorded it here in LA, all live with a 38-piece orchestra. We did everything live like Sinatra used to do it. I sang live with the orchestra. It was such a blast.
There's just a different energy about that.
It was, we did the whole album in 3 days, you know, in 3 afternoons. And it's done really well. That said, I'm going to go back to writing pop songs again, you know, and putting out music. But I don't have expectations of it. I was so lucky that I had the success that I've had on the charts over the years. I'm not chasing that anymore. But as a musician...
You say lucky, but you have to have the talent. I mean, obviously...
Well, success is where... I love that expression. Success is where opportunity and preparation collide. And yes, talent has to be a part of that. But let's face it, there are a lot of songs and records that you hear on the radio that you might go, that's terrible. I don't like that. That's not talented. But to other people, it's
it might be their
so
taste.
subjective.
It is subjective. I think I would also add timing in the business, and also how much connections can maybe open some opportunities and doors for you. For example, your relationship with Lionel Richie.
Oh, yeah.
You were just a young kid, right? And he really took the time to guide you. He even invited you to be a part of his amazing songs.
Yes. When I was 18, he hired, it was my first job out here, and I grew up in Chicago. I came out here to try to make it as an artist. That didn't happen for a while, but Lionel had me sing background vocals on his first couple albums. And introduced me to his friend Kenny Rogers, who I then wrote songs for. And that started my songwriting career, like, in a big way. Lionel didn't help me get a record deal ultimately, but he helped me become part of the industry here, which then led to that. So it all started with him. And next time you hear him sing, all night long, all night, that's me going on that. Really? Yeah.
That's so
Yeah, I
cool.
sang on a bunch of his records. But
That is amazing.
you'll never forget that.
No,
No, of
now
course
I'm
not.
going to pay attention.
Yeah. I was waiting for you to do that. I was hoping you would do that. But see how important that is, really not just in the music industry, but really any industry, when someone big like Lionel Richie takes the time to give you a little bit of guidance, attention, and opportunity, what is possible.
Yeah, it was life-changing. And every once in a while I text him and I just say thanks again for my career. Because it really was, that was the catalyst.
We heard a little bit of you singing right now, and in this album, it's fantastic.
Thank you.
And you sing some of the, should I say the old stuff? I don't know what you call it.
Yeah.
You know, it's
The
like
classics.
the Sinatras and stuff
Great
like
American
that. You really, from the Great American Songbook. So why did you decide to really go back and sing those songs? It's a much different genre from all your pop songs that everybody knows and loves you for.
I guess it was really just, I never really thought of doing a record like that, mainly because I never want to do a covers album. I'm a songwriter more than I am anything else. So the idea of doing a covers album never appealed to me. But then I love that music. I feel like I'm at an age now where I could sing it. And then I thought, oh, I'll just do half standards and half songs I'm going to write that sound like that. And that was the most fun part. Coming up with a song like Magic Hour, which you guys played, and the other songs that I wrote for this album.
And you sing some of them in a different way. Like the Fly Me to the Moon is
Crooning.
like a really so sweet, ready to get my bourbon out. And
That's the whole idea, man.
Although you're always ready to get your bourbon out, so it doesn't take much. When it comes to songwriting, you've done quite a bit of songwriting for others.
Yeah.
How does that work? Like when you're writing something, do you think maybe this would work best with this individual? Why not sing it yourself? How does that process work, I guess?
Most of my success has been writing with other artists. So I've had a couple of songs that, like NSYNC had a big hit with one of my songs that they asked me to write them a song. I wrote and produced it for them called This I Promise You. That was a huge hit for them.
Awesome, yeah.
But most of the other songs I wrote with Keith Urban and with this one and that one.
John Bolton.
Yeah.
Michael Bolton.
Michael Bolton, yeah. I mean, the list, Kenny Loggins.
Yeah. Even Olivia Newton-John.
Olivia Newton-John, but also like rock bands like the Tubes and Daughtry. And so I've kind of been really schizophrenic in my songwriting career. I think I've had hits in every genre but polka at this point.
That's next.
Yeah, maybe. A guy can dream.
That's right. So it's more of a sort of a collaboration. You sort of just like draw from each other's strengths and your creativity, and you kind of just figure it out in between.
Well, those artists come to me and they have a target. They want a song that does this, and I just help facilitate that. So it never occurs to me that I should be doing this song.
Okay.
Because my job is to make them sound great and to service.
You're basically AI before AI was something.
That's an interesting
because you just ask it, give me this feeling that's this, and this. That it sounds. I want it to sound this
Mark
way.
GPT. That's what I'm going to start.
I like
That's
that.
my rapper name now. Mark GPT.
Like that. I often wonder with people who are as successful as yourself, do you have imposter syndrome, or did you have it at some point in your career where oftentimes I think people are compared to one another, people are trying to be like one another? What was your experience like in that, and how do you come out of something like that?
Well, I think what you just described are two different things. I think imposter syndrome is this feeling that you're not worthy and you don't belong there, and what is everybody seeing in me? I've always believed in myself. I've always had a confidence in my talents, and I love what I do more than ever and more than anything. Getting out there and playing live and having a catalog of hits to play people and make everybody happy. But what I think you're talking about is I do suffer, like most of us, from comparison. And another great expression, comparison is the thief of joy. So I can be so happy with the way something's going, but then if I see that artist and I'll go, why is he doing that? Why am I not doing? The minute your brain starts to do that, you're done. Like all you're doing is leaving gratitude out in the cold. So I try really hard to just be really grateful for whatever is happening to me and let other people do their thing and cheer them on. I think you get caught up in being jealous of other artists or wanting to know, like, why didn't I get that job? Or why isn't my song in that movie? Or I think that's a bad waste of time.
You have to be very mindful in what you're doing. Yeah.
There's only one Richard Marx. There's only one Richard Marx.
A lot of people would say, thank God.
Not.
Next up, we've got AI down. Next up is cloning you.
Okay. There'll be plenty of me to go around.
And polka.
And polka, yeah. Maybe polka before
We're making
cloning.
20 records a year.
There it is, After Hours, available right now. I downloaded. Again, it is fantastic. Richard hits the stage again with Rod Stewart, June 10th, next Wednesday, at the Hollywood Bowl. That's just the greatest venue, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Wait, cannot wait.
It'll be great. Tickets on sale right now.
Was that a real martini or ocean water?
That particular one was real. But I only spilled a little bit of it because I didn't want to waste it. My son took that album cover from me.
Oh, no way.
And welcome back to you. I'm meteorologist Maria Quaban. Good day, LA weather. It's sponsored by Pechanga Resort Casinos. We're looking at some of that June gloom right here. This is our live camera up on our rooftop looking out towards Century City, and it's starting to get a little bit brighter. We did have some really overcast conditions outside. If you're closer to the coast, you're definitely seeing some of that cloud cover. But if you're inland, it's really starting to dissipate, and we're still looking at some warmer temperatures this afternoon before you really notice the cool down tomorrow into Sunday. Let's take a look at what's going on here with a lot of activity going on actually this weekend, including tonight's game. We've got the Dodgers, the Angels actually coming up to Chavez Ravine and playing at Dodger Stadium. We should be looking at first pitch at around 7:10, 71 degrees at that point. Lighter winds coming out of the southwest, 5 to 7 miles an hour. But if you are headed to the game, if you're lucky to get some tickets, we do have some cooler temperatures on tap as the game gets going. So make sure you bring your sweatshirt or your light jacket. High pressure still in control of our weather, so that's going to provide us with some warmer temperatures this afternoon. But it will weaken as we get to tomorrow and Sunday, and that's why we're looking at some deeper marine layer and more cloud cover. But as we get to next week, that high will reassert itself, so we'll look for a slight warm up again by midweek next week. But really just some very subtle changes in our temperatures. Staying above average, though, at least that's what it looks like. 72 in Inglewood today, 109 in Indio. Here's your temperature trend. Just a quick look at Woodland Hills, 91 today, cooling down to the 80s and maybe even 82 on Sunday, warming up midweek next week to the upper 80s. Back to you.
Maria, thank you. LA County will hoist a special flag, that is, to mark the beginning of Pride Month today. Officials say the Progress Pride flag raised is a symbol of the county's commitment to equity, inclusion, visibility for LGBTQ+ community. The flag will be raised at 10 a.m. at the flagpole. This is near the Hill and Temple Streets entrance of the County Hall of Administration in downtown LA.
Okay, today we are beginning a whole month of Pride celebration.
That's right. The festivities kick off with events that are packed to fill your weekend in West Hollywood. Let's go to Mario right now, and he'll fill us in. Good morning.
Yeah, that's right. Good morning. We are inside West Hollywood Park. There's a main stage here behind me, one of three, getting ready for the Out Loud Music Festival. Out Loud Music Festival. Let's say it out loud because it's going to be a lot of fun here. I have the Vice Mayor of West Hollywood, Danny. Thank you for joining us this morning here. Danny Hang.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride. So we've got a lot going on. So let's start with what's happening here behind us in West Hollywood Park.
Well, we are setting up the main stage. Tonight is the free concert, and thousands of tickets were already claimed and registered. It's sold out like hotcakes. People are excited to see Ava Max tonight, and I'm so excited too.
Yeah, and some other big performers, the Pussycat Dolls, Mel C.
Pussycat Dolls is tomorrow. Mel C, Countess Luann de Lesseps from Real Housewives. Sunday we have Jade, and in addition to that, we have free performances by Meg Stalter on Saturday at our free street fair in West Hollywood.
Yeah, so talk about more on the street fair. Hundreds of vendors, right? Completely free. People can just walk up and down.
Completely free. It stretches 1 mile long. We have vendors from local, regional, national vendors coming to stage their crafts, their work, their food. It'll be amazing to bring the community together.
And what does this mean to the city of West Hollywood? I know LGBTQ+ rights are still at a major national debate right now. How does this play into the conversation?
This is so important because we have to remember Pride was a protest, and with everything going on at the federal level, we have to remind our leaders that we are here, we exist, and we have a right to be here.
Awesome. And your favorite part about Pride?
The surprises. So you have to stay tuned and watch.
Yes, lots of surprises, I'm sure. Thank you so much for talking to us this morning. Have a great weekend. And we will, of course, have another update coming up. We'll see who we get here to talk to us. Lots of surprises, as you heard him say. For now, live, we'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right. Appreciate that, Mario. Thank you so much. And don't forget about today's hookup. Want to tell you about that. Today, we want to hook you up with 4 tickets behind the dugout to see the Angels take on the Rays on Friday, June 12th at Angel Stadium. And for a chance to win, you go to our website at foxla.com/contest, or you link through that QR code right there on your screen. 8:45, people who live near the City of Industry or the Puente Hills Mall might have heard what sounded like a big military operation late last night and into the morning. The U.S. military was conducting a training exercise which included helicopters as well as simulated gunfire and explosions. The Sheriff's Department cornered off a section of the mall parking lot to accommodate spectators. The military finished the exercise a little before 1 this morning.
Civil rights icon Dolores Huerta speaking yesterday. She spoke yesterday and surprised Robert Vargas yesterday in Boyle Heights at the unveiling of a new mural. He was being honored at Mendez High School, where they just dedicated a new library and media center in his name. The new 80-foot mural is titled, "If You Can Dream It, You Can Achieve It."
The new Robert Vargas Library and Media Center, and although this mural is for the high school, it's also for the community and for everyone to look at this mural and see this figure and see themselves in this mural and see what you can do, see what you can become. I cut the mural off at the eyebrows because the rest of it is into the sky. The possibilities are infinite.
I love that. The LA Unified School District says the dedication honors Vargas's impact on arts, education, and cultural identity.
You're getting an update now on the progress of the LA 28 Olympic Games. Rachel Aragon brings us the latest.
Nearly 300,000 people have expressed interest in volunteering.
The International Olympic Committee and LA 28 updating Angelenos and the world on plans for the 2028 Olympic Games.
I think it is really an important piece of how we're thinking about the Games, too.
When it comes to preparation, LA 28 says they'll also be looking closely at the FIFA World Cup, which is just around the corner, observing things like transportation and security. Ultimately, LA 28 says the World Cup is a very different event in size and scope. That's why they're really looking at past Olympics for lessons learned.
Because it is such a massive undertaking, I look to my partners like Etienne, who ran the Paris 24 Games, and I look to my friend Andrea, who did Milano Cortina.
For months, there's been questions around if the city of LA will be left with a big bill for the 2028 Games. City Councilwoman Monica Rodriguez has sounded the alarm on transparency over how the Games will be financed. In April, her office at LA 28 had presented a $7.15 billion budget that does not include security costs. On Thursday, I asked LA 28 Chairman Casey Wasserman if LA taxpayers will end up absorbing the costs of the Olympic Games.
We are operating a break-even budget as our goal with significant contingency built in. Those numbers have not changed. As Christoph pointed out, we've got a lot more clarity and fidelity on our revenue, which should give everybody the confidence that we will deliver against that.
Earlier this year, Mayor Karen Bass calling on Wasserman to resign as chair of LA 28, given his past ties with Jeffrey Epstein's confidant, Ghislaine Maxwell.
My opinion is that he should step down. That's not the opinion of the board.
But on Thursday, Wasserman had said he has no plans on stepping down from his post.
Look, I talked to the mayor weekly, if not more frequently, and our conversations are between us. They continue to be thoughtful and productive.
In downtown Los Angeles, Rachel Aragon, Fox 11 News.
Thanks, Rachel. With less than a week to go before the World Cup kicks off, the U.S. men's national team is prepping for their final pre-World Cup friendly. It's against Germany in Chicago. That game is tomorrow, and according to the squad, their emphasis will be on getting reps and building camaraderie before their World Cup opener against Paraguay in Inglewood a week from today.
Yeah, I think it's more about the confidence, but it doesn't really matter if we win, to be honest. But of course, a win is always a better feeling than if you lose. But yeah, it's more about how we want to play, that we play in our style, and yeah, have some good minutes for fitness as well.
I mean, I think we're looking at the Germany game first. You know, I think we're going to go game by game. Pretty much going to do that, and then after that, of course, it's going to start to ramp up. Yeah, I mean, just how much U.S. soccer has put into us, I think it means a lot. It shows a lot. It shows they really care. It shows they want us to be the best. So I think, you know, the only way for us to repay them is by winning.
Just a reminder, you can catch the World Cup starting June 11th right here on Fox. The tournament kicks off with Mexico and South Africa in Mexico City. We're going to be here throughout all of it with pre- and post-match coverage. You do not want to miss it.
It's finally here, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, the countdown, right? So 6 days from today. So it's 1 week from today exactly is when FIFA World Cup will be here, and it is Paraguay, USA, and the average temperature is 76 degrees on June 12th. So I think we'll reach that, maybe even slightly warmer, as we expect high pressure to continue to dominate our weather. Father's Day is coming up too, along with the summer solstice on June 21st. That's in 16 days, and then we'll celebrate our birth of America, July 4th, in 29 days. As we look at what's going on out there with the beach forecast, if you're headed to the coast, temperatures on the sand 66 to 73, 3 to 5 foot sets rolling in Ventura County, LA beaches, a little bit bigger actually, some occasional 6 foot sets, Orange County and San Diego. So just please be very careful. We do have a strong rip current risk in the water, so just always swim or paddle out near a lifeguard. Here's our 7-day forecast. 79 downtown LA today, cooling down to the mid 70s, but that's average for this time of year. And then we'll bring it right back up a little bit on Wednesday, Thursday of next week, nearing 80 degrees. Valleys, Inland Empire today, low 90s. And then we'll drop it down to the low 80s this weekend into early next week. Staying dry, no rain, storms headed for us over the next 6 to 10 days. 81 into Big Bear today, but cooling down to the low 70s by Sunday. The high desert, of course, warmer, 97 there today, cooling down to the 87 on Monday, maybe even 86 on Tuesday. And if you want it even hotter, you can get to the Coachella Valley, low desert, 107 today, cooling down to about 100 Sunday into the better part of next week. I'll send it back to you, too.
All right, Maria, thank you. Okay, pucker up. The annual Upland Lemon Fest is underway.
That's right. Coco back out there in her yellow, of course. I feel like you've become an honorary member of the community.
Yeah, you know, we come here every year, and it's really fun to celebrate the Lemon Festival here in Upland. It supports so many of the businesses downtown here, but it's also a really good time. It's free admission to get in. You can see the rides going behind us. I am here with the one and only Mayor Bill Velto. So tell us about the Lemon Festival for people who haven't been yet.
Well, thank you, Coco, for coming back again. So Lemon Festival is about the heritage of the community. We're a lemon community for years, and a citrus community, you might say. And this is an event that brings everybody together. You know, we get about 100,000 people over the next 3 days, and they come down here to enjoy themselves and just have a good time.
Yes, and tell us about what you can do when you come to the Lemon Festival.
Well, we have 50 musical acts. We have about 25 to 30 different rides. We've got over 100 vendors of all types, crafts, all kinds of, any type of food you wanted, you can get. All of our restaurants are open. All of our businesses are open. So you can still come down here, get the vibe, get the feel for what historic downtown Upland's all about. Bring the family. We have Metrolink. Come by Metrolink. Ride share. We have free on-street parking, but there's going to be so many people. I encourage you. If you live west of us, get on Metrolink, come here. If you live east of us, get on Metrolink, come here, and just walk into downtown. Don't worry about the drive. It'll be just great to come down and enjoy the weather. It's going to be beautiful. It already is.
Yes, and that's great advice, the Metrolink for sure. And I mean, 100,000 people, that is a huge amount of people.
Yes,
talk about why you think this draws such a huge crowd every year.
Well, I think because it's family friendly, number one. And we've got a tremendous security for the facilities. We really take care of the people when they come there. We want them to feel safe. It's family friendly. It's about family. It's about unity. It's about community. And so we really open up the downtown for people to come see what we have in our downtown. This is an older community. Upland's an older community anyway. Our downtown's over 100 years old. So come on down and enjoy it. We really do take good care of when the people come. We take care of everybody who comes and visits us.
And what does it mean for the local businesses here, too, to have a huge event like this every year?
Well, you know what they say is, this is some of their biggest weekends. Whenever we do events, and this is not the only event we do about 4 or 5 events a year. This is the big one. But they'll say that this is the biggest weekend they have. And the best thing about it is people come back. Because now they get a taste of what's available, you know, with 20 restaurants in our downtown, all kinds of shops with novelty stuff, businesses are downtown. So we just want people to come down, experience what downtown Upland's about. That's why they come back.
Love that. Thank you so much, Mayor Bill Velto. Great speaking with you always.
Always seeing you. You always look beautiful every time you come.
Thanks. and I love the lemon shirt, and it says "Squeeze Me." That's perfect. Right on theme, of course, for the Lemon Festival. If you're interested in coming, take a look at your screen right now. You can see the hours. So it starts today at 4 o'clock, goes until 11. If you can't make it today, you can make it Saturday and Sunday from noon until 11 p.m. Like I mentioned earlier, it is free to get in. So much to do. Like the mayor said, too, family friendly as well. So bring everyone you know and have a great time and support the local businesses here in downtown Upland. I'll send it back to you.
I like that shirt, "Squeeze Me." That's really cute.
The whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I want one. Thank you, Coco.
It's a really good shirt.
Yeah, it's a good one. All right, from lemons to coffee, because we love our coffee, and kegs, actually. Ahead of the World
love
Cup.
our kegs?
Yes, we do. Ahead of the World Cup, Nescafe has launched a campaign they're calling the Third Half. After the final whistle, fans can fuel their post-match debates with this limited edition espresso keg. The 5-liter keg comes with 2 bottles of Nespresso concentrate right here, the espresso concentrate, perfect for those morning games. And the final exclusive drop of the espresso keg is set for June 11th at 11 a.m.
Okay, to go with that espresso, Nestle Toll House sent us their ready-to-bake cookie dough featuring soccer ball morsels. You can actually just pick up some soccer ball morsels. They're over here by Aroxia. To add to your favorite game day snack. But I don't know if you can tell. You have to look really closely, you know, after they bake, but they actually are soccer balls. It's hard to see from, I got you here, but look at the soccer ball.
Let me just eat this.
Okay, there's coffee all over it. Okay.
Okay.
Oh no, okay. We're just gonna go to break.
How did you do that?
How did you do this?
I don't know. But the cookie's good. It's stuck. beginning the 10 o'clock hour with some breaking news in Westchester. That is where a stretch of the northbound 405 freeway is closed after police chase ended in a deadly shooting.
Gigi Garcia is live in Westchester with the latest. Gigi.
That's right. We start off with breaking news. As you might have heard from the LAPD, that robbery and assault suspect involved in a pursuit, they say opened fire on officers, is now dead. He was taken to a hospital where he died. And before I get to that story, I do want to show you the traffic situation. We're on Howard Hughes Parkway. These folks heading off the freeway, they were headed northbound when they were taken off the freeway because it is closed and traffic is backed up for miles all around. And this is going to be the situation for much of the day as the investigation into this shooting continues. But let's take you back 4:15 this morning when it all started.
5880 West Manchester, 5880 West Manchester Avenue at the 7-Eleven.
A taxi driver calling 911 to report he had just been attacked and robbed by a man with a gun. This happening near the 7-Eleven at Manchester and Airport Boulevard. The victim then began following the suspect, all the while on the phone with police, telling him the suspect was driving a black Kia Soul and giving police a street-by-street play-by-play, leading them exactly to where the suspect had stopped about a mile from that 7-Eleven. And that's where police found him. They say, though, he didn't want to get out of the car and took off. That's when the pursuit started. On city streets, running red lights, and eventually to the 405 north from Imperial, where police say the suspect began shooting at officers on the freeway.
At that time during the pursuit, the suspect opened fire, presumably towards the officer's directions, and a short time later stopped the vehicle, exited that vehicle in possession of a handgun. The officers gave him direction and commands to drop the handgun, but he refused to comply, and an officer-involved shooting occurred at that time. The suspect was struck by the officer's gunfire. Officers took that suspect into custody, rendered aid until the paramedics arrived from LAFD. LAFD paramedics transported him to a local hospital, but despite life-saving efforts, he was pronounced deceased by medical staff.
That's right. No officers were hurt, and we did see LAPD officers performing CPR on that suspect as well as paramedics, but you heard it there. He was taken to the hospital where he later died. Now, there were actually two shootings on the freeway, one just north of La Tijera, the other near Howard Hughes Parkway, where that suspect got out of the car and was hit. Police say they do have his gun now. It will be up to the medical examiner to identify him. Meanwhile, bringing it back here live, the 405 North will be closed for hours. You're looking live at the closure at the on-ramp here at Howard Hughes Parkway and Center. This one is closed. And over here, photographer Brian Shaw on my right. These folks are actually being taken off the freeway. Traffic on Sepulveda, Centinela, all of the side streets are backed up 4 miles. So if you can avoid the area altogether, please do. The freeway is going to be closed for hours. 405 South is open, but because of what they call the looky-loo factor, it's very slow going through Howard Hughes Parkway in La Tijera. Reporting live this morning, I'm Gigi Garcia. Back to you.
Got caught up in that this morning myself. All right, Gigi, thank you. Developing this morning, an attempted traffic stop in Anaheim turned deadly. Anaheim police say a driver crashed his car into a traffic barrier while trying to outrun them. Police say they tried to stop the driver because he was connected to a drug activity. Instead, though, he fled, leading to a 5-minute pursuit that ended in Fullerton near a bus depot. Police say at one point that driver tried to use his car to ram officers. The passenger in the car was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries.
We also have an update on the civil wrongful death lawsuit against convicted socialite Rebecca Grossman and former Dodger Scott Erickson. It moves into a new phase today. A jury is hearing arguments and testimony on whether the two defendants should pay punitive damages for the deaths of 2 boys in Westlake Village in 2020. The jury has already awarded $176 million in damages to the family of Mark and Jacob Iskander, who was hit and killed by Grossman while she was racing Erickson. Yesterday, the attorney for the boys' family questioned a CPA for hours. They're trying to help determine Grossman's ability to pay punitive damages and look into whether they took steps to hide their money. The defendant's attorneys told the jury a punitive damages award is not required and each defendant must be considered separately.
An 81-year-old actor has been identified as the man stabbed to death in Tarzana. Investigators say he was James Handy, known for his roles in Jumanji, Top Gun Maverick, and Arachnophobia. area. The suspect is 44-year-old Michael Gledhill, the son of Handy's girlfriend. This happened yesterday when officers arrived there at the home on Irwin Street. They found Handy with a stab wound onto his chest. He did not survive. The LAPD saying that the suspect flagged down officers told them he was the one who they were looking for.
A massive law enforcement sweep catches a lot of people by surprise at MacArthur Park in Westlake. Take a look here. Some 100 federal agents and LAPD officers moved in on the park yesterday afternoon to crack down on what they call open drug dealing and other criminal activity. LAPD says 13 people were arrested for various offenses, including being under the influence of narcotics. They tell us another 6 people were cited for lesser offenses. The sweep was a continuation of what authorities are calling Operation Free MacArthur Park. It started last month, and they're targeting gangs, they say, and cartel narcotics traffickers flooding the area with fentanyl and other illegal drugs.
But we just cannot allow people to be sitting at the park folded over on fentanyl. And be on notice, we're not the state. When we arrest you, you're going to go to prison for 10 years.
We collectively refuse to allow MacArthur Park to be a cemetery anymore.
Authorities say they will continue making random sweeps at MacArthur Park in hopes of stopping the open drug use and to make the park safe again.
The chemical cleanup at a Garden Grove aerospace firm has run into a delay. That announcement coming as residents again press city officials for answers and accountability.
We urge the city to take action using its land use authority to make sure people do not have to live, work, or learn next to a dangerous military weapons manufacturer.
Vote to deny GKN any further expansion as a consequence of this crisis due to all their prior documented violations, and be bold in your oversight in considering further business permits to GKN.
Community members sounded off at a special city council meeting yesterday afternoon. The hazmat emergency there at GKN Aerospace forced 50,000 people out of their homes. And county officials are planning to start pumping out thousands of gallons of flammable chemicals from 2 tanks this week. But specialized trucks for the operation did not arrive in time. The timeline now uncertain, but could start as soon as today.
The man leading the Los Angeles 2028 Olympic Games is breaking his silence on a controversy that sparked calls for his resignation earlier this year. LA 28 chairman Casey Wasserman spoke to reporters yesterday during an update on the upcoming games. He dismissed calls for him to resign over past emails with Jeffrey Epstein confidant Ghislaine Maxwell, criticism that included Mayor Bass earlier this year. Wasserman faces no legal charges. Yesterday, he says he and the mayor are still working together.
I talk to the mayor weekly, if not more frequently, and our conversations are between us. They continue to be thoughtful and productive.
As for the upcoming games, organizers insist the 2028 Olympics remain fully on track. All right, we're kicking off a weekend full of Pride concerts, parades, and community events today in West Hollywood.
But Mario already there, standing by with the preview. Good morning.
Yeah, that's right. Good morning. And we're getting fancy at this hour. We are at West Hollywood Park inside the Super VIP Lounge. Pretty nice in here, I have to say, and we're right next to the main stage. I want to bring in Jeff Consoletti because he is the founder of the Out Loud Music Festival, executive producer as well. Talk to me about this weekend because this is huge for you guys.
Hi, happy Pride. Yeah, we're psyched to be back in West Hollywood. It's our 5th year here, right at home. An incredible weekend filled with a ton of diverse artists giving us like a cross-genre music collection that I'm pumped to celebrate with.
Yeah, so things are kicking off with Ava Max. You've also got the Pussycat Dolls, Mel C from the Spice Girls. How do you build such a lineup to draw so many people?
You know, we look for artists that are showing up for the community, that have been, really steadfast in their commitment to LGBTQ causes or are part of the LGBTQ community themselves. We really look to ensure that at the top of the bill, we have people that stand by their advocacy and are willing to show up for our rising, amazing younger artists that are the next generation of queer music.
Okay, so you have this 3-day music festival, the street fair outside, the parade on Sunday. What do people need to know if they're planning to come today?
So today, you can still get tickets. You have to get a weekend pass to be able to get entry into Out Loud Music Festival this evening, which you can get at OutLoudMusicFestival.com. Tomorrow, all the festivities on WeHo Pride Street Fair open up at 12. That's completely free and open to the public. Over 60 artists performing across 2 stages, over 120 exhibitors and sponsor booths there. The parade on Sunday, also free, and Out Loud Music Festival all weekend long with, all the big names we talked about.
Awesome. So let's go back to the performances. I understand you have one here joining us.
Yes, excuse me, my friend Lydia Knight.
Come on in, Lydia.
Gonna take the stage tomorrow. Again, one of the best, newest voices coming up strong in the queer music scene, pop music scene in general.
Thank you.
Lydia, tell us about your vibe. What kind of music are we gonna be hearing?
Ooh, it's very gay. So
Fitting, very fitting.
That works. But yeah, it's just gonna be fun. A lot of dancing, a lot of jumping. I'm gonna be pretty aggressive in telling people that they have to move, and I'm gonna get really annoying if they don't. So.
Give me the name of one of your songs.
Pity Party.
Pity Party. Okay, there's going to be a lot of partying. I don't know about pity.
Yeah. Hopefully the pity part gets, cut.
I love it. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you on the stage on Saturday, and lots to see and do over the weekend.
Yeah, lots to experience all weekend long. Please come down to West Hollywood. Look the weather's on our side. It's the best way to kick off Pride Month right here.
And let's mention, stay hydrated because the sun's out. I don't know if you can tell, I'm kind of sweating, so it's going to be a hot weekend. For now, live in West Hollywood, we'll send it back to you.
Mario, thank you. It's going to be a good time and a busy time, too. So if you actually don't want to go to these events, I would say don't be in that area because you will get stuck.
I was going to say, and if you want to go, I hope you want to stay.
Because you can't leave.
I remember, why isn't my phone working?
I know.
It's just crowded.
Packed.
Yeah,
it's
but
packed.
Everybody should experience it once.
Yep.
You should know. Okay, take a look here. We have a new round of vote totals from the LA mayor's race. Not much has changed. Incumbent Karen Bass remains in first place at 35% of the vote there, followed by Spencer Pratt in second, Nithya Raman in third. 64% of the ballots have been counted so far.
Okay, over to the governor's race right now. Who will be the next governor of California? There you see Republican Steve Hilton still at the top there, 27.2%. You have Javier Becerra at 26% and Tom Steyer in third place with 20%. 59% of precincts reporting. Now to this. Drones are turning into valuable tools for beach lifeguards. Check out this footage. This is from the New York City area. A firefighter was actually patrolling the shore with the drone when he spotted some swimmers who looked to be in distress. The drone was able to deploy a flotation device which helped keep the struggle line swimmers afloat, right? Until actual real lifeguards were then able to bring them back to shore. That is pretty incredible. What a great tool.
Today is National Donut Day. What a great day. Many popular chains are offering deals. Here's the thing. You can get a free donut at Krispy Kreme locations. At Dunkin', you have to buy a drink to score a free donut. The backstory of this day, it started as an act of kindness. The Salvation Army sent volunteers to the front lines in France during World War I. They used makeshift field bases to create the dough and fry the donuts for thousands of United States soldiers. I got to tell you, Krispy Kreme is my favorite donut, besides Randy's. And now you have to have a special day in order to get a free one. Do you remember the days when you just had to see the light on?
Those were the days.
Those were the days.
Yeah. That Krispy Kreme is great. I mean, it just melts right in your mouth.
I know. And then before you know it, you've eaten 12.
Yeah, it's true.
Just me, Maria, or?
You're not the only one.
She's actually mesmerized by the video.
I am, actually. Now that they make the little baby ones, Krispy makes.
So then you eat 24.
Like little holes, or?
No, they're like little mini ones.
I've never seen this.
Yeah, well, I've seen them.
Don't do it.
And so you feel like you're not eating much at all, but you're eating a ton. Yes, but it's National Donut Day. We've got a lot going on this weekend, you guys. You touched on it with the Pride this weekend, but we also have, let's see, we have a game tonight, and we're going to look for some sunshine eventually later this afternoon. I'll talk about that Dodger game in just a few moments. So we do have some cloud cover in that June gloom, which is starting to break apart, but we are still seeing it kind of linger if you're closer to the coast later this afternoon. High pressure is starting to weaken a little bit, and it's going to continue to weaken weekend as we get to Saturday and Sunday. So more noticeable cooling actually tomorrow into Sunday. But today still pretty warm inland. The closer to the coast you go, then it'll be cooler. High will start to build back as we get to next week, and then we'll bring those temperatures right back up again as we get into Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week. So these temperatures have been going up and down, but no rain in the forecast. So we don't have any storms headed our way. Not for the moment anyway, not for the next 6 to 10 days. 73 currently downtown, 76 in Woodland Hills. It's 75 in Big Bear. Later this afternoon, getting to around 81 in Big Bear to that 107. One of the hot spots in the low desert in Palm Springs. Downtown LA today around 79. 91 for the valleys and the Inland Empire to around low 70s at the coast. I'll show you that 70 forecast coming up in just a few moments. But first, we're going to take care of some traffic business. Let's talk about that. Good Day LA traffic is brought to you by My Home Sold. And I do want to update you on that situation on the 405 freeway. Yes, it is still closed. It has been all morning. This is at northbound 405 closure near LAX, and you can see how that backup goes all the way to at least the 105. The southbound side of the 405 is also backed up, as you can see here in that speed, just as you're going through parts of the 91 or just passing 91. It's going to be about 8-9 miles per hour. So really slow. Try not to looky-look, guys, because that's just going to slow everything down. This is the live traffic camera here at the 405. Southbound at Manchester. You can see how backed up it really is. So just avoid that area altogether if you can. 35 minutes right now, that drive on that West 10 between the 5 to the 405 coming out of downtown. Northbound 110 between the 405 to the 10, 22 minutes there. On the West 60 between the 57 to the 5, just 25 minutes. Here's a look at some of the other traffic hotspots.
Hi, I'm Adrian with My Home Sold, and we want to buy your house. We buy any house in any condition. No commissions, no closing costs, and no repairs. Go to myhomesold.com for a free same-day cash offer. That's myhomesold.com.
10:19, welcome back. Pregnant women are being advised to sit less and move more for the health of the baby. Researchers at the University of West Virginia found higher odds of complications for women who spend more time sitting compared to those who have taken part in light activity. Women who sat for more than 10 hours a day had a higher risk of pregnancy complications, including high blood pressure, preeclampsia, gestational diabetes, and preterm birth. The findings appear in the Journal of the American Medical Association.
Okay, do you ever check the internet for medical advice?
Yes.
Great, same.
A new study reveals the accuracy of AI when it comes to evaluating your symptoms. Ted Lindner takes a closer look.
For people consulting artificial intelligence chatbots for medical advice, new research from Penn State reveals the technology responds to healthcare questions with about 76% accuracy. Analysts had study participants upload more than 200 prompts containing health-related symptoms to several large language models like ChatGPT. A team of 9 board-certified physicians then reviewed the responses the AI produced for mistakes.
Ear, nose, and throat queries, queries regarding, common colds, LLMs were reasonably good at answering.
According to researchers, AI software had more accuracy issues when it came to prompts regarding internal medicine, mental health, and dermatology.
And there's a good reason for that, right? I mean, because for most dermatological queries, a patient is required to send a picture of the particular area of skin that they're worried about and send it to an LLM.
Experts say people with access to a trusted doctor should not trade them in for AI.
If anybody is going to use language models, it is much better off in the hands of physicians who know how to interpret the outputs.
But with data from the World Health Organization revealing more than 50% of the globe's population doesn't have access to essential medical services,
the fact that they're able to get access to a medical chatbot or an LLM that can answer their health-related questions with a 76% accuracy, that seems to be a wonderful thing, right? Especially to that half of the population where they don't have access to a doctor. So that's one way to spin it.
Ted Lindner, Fox News.
All right, Ted, thank you. Here's a bit of frustrating news. A new study reveals mosquitoes may be learning to love bug spray. Yeah, researchers found mosquitoes could learn to associate the repellent with food. This is because of the active ingredient in most bug sprays called DEET. It turns out mosquitoes are a lot smarter than people might think. This study was published in the Journal of Experimental Biology. A new study out of France suggests mosquitoes may actually be attracted to DEET. Researchers found the bugs have learned to associate that chemical smell with a tasty human meal. But don't throw your bottles away just yet. Scientists say it is still overall effective under normal outdoor conditions.
Wow.
I know they always told us make sure it has DEET.
Yeah.
And now they're just suffering through it to get to the good stuff.
That's actually really impressive.
It's fascinating and a nightmare.
Yeah. A new study reveals many couples underestimate the value of a serious discussion when it comes to finances.
I don't know why, because people keep saying over and over, Chris Tomato has more.
Money comes and goes, but finances can be a tricky topic for many people to navigate, especially couples.
These are conversations where two people involved who might have different financial values, priorities, but these conversations are actually inevitable.
But business experts say money talks don't have to cost you your happiness and could ultimately inspire better financial decisions and bring couples closer, with researchers at Texas A&M University revealing their latest findings.
People mispredict how enjoyable, informative, and socially connecting financial conversations with their spouse will be. And this is in part because they underestimate how likely they'll be to agree or find a solution at the end of a financial discussion.
The study involved randomly assigning people to either have financial conversations with their spouse or review their finances independently.
We find that those who were asked to have that financial conversation with their spouse underestimated how enjoyable that experience would be, but that was not the case for those who were asked to review their finances alone, suggesting that it's not that people dread any financial task, but rather the uncertainty around the social interaction with one's spouse is what leads to this misprediction.
Analysts say it's important for couples, marriage counselors, and financial advisors to acknowledge how this topic might seem scary at first, but add a little encouragement never hurts.
Saying something like, we might feel a bit uncomfortable, but we actually will enjoy this more than we anticipate. We may agree more than we think, or we might find a solution to it.
Chris DeMeo, Fox News.
All right, we'll be right back. Okay, take a look at these penguins taking an elevator at the St. Louis Zoo. Visitors would probably love to share this ride. Not the two of us, but other visitors. It's only for these guys and their keepers. It's a way for the penguins to move about different areas of the zoo. On this trip, the penguins were moving from their normal habitat to the encounter area where zoo guests can get a closer look at them.
That being said, it wouldn't freak me out as much as if something was flying at me. Like the penguins, you know what I mean? Like the fact that they're not going to fly at me, I'm okay with.
If you were standing in that elevator and these penguins
That's
walked
a lot.
in,
Those
you
are
would
too many.
Climb up.
Those are too many. I can handle
I don't even know why you're trying to soften it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's a lot.
Yeah, but they're so darn cute. Look at
They are very cute.
They also are pretty stinky.
Well, a lot of they live in the ocean and they eat fish, raw fish. So, yes.
Yeah, that'll do it.
They're not going to smell very good, but they are cute. All right, let's talk about our weather. Good morning, good day, LA weather is brought to you by the Razavi Law Group, and we're taking a live look outside. This is our Santa Monica camera. We're definitely socked in. Still here, we've got the June gloom and that marine layer. Not too bad if you're inland. Let's talk about the game tonight, Dodgers game. If you're headed to Dodger Dodger Stadium. Lucky to get those tickets. First pitch is at 7:10. We should see some sunshine by then, or at least mostly sunny skies. Sunset time will not be until around 8:02. That temperature around 71 degrees. We've got 6 more days. It's actually 1 week from today. FIFA World Cup will be going on at LA Stadium. 76 degrees typically as the average high temperature. So I think we will be getting to that, or maybe even slightly warmer for the high. Father's Day, summer solstice coming up in 16 days, and then 29 days until the 4th of July holiday that's coming up next. High pressure is weakening a little bit, so it's sagging further south, but you can see how deep that marine layer is right now. So it's taken a little while to burn off completely. Inland areas first, and then eventually along the coast. But today, that high will be around 72 in Inglewood. Indio 109. Look at Fresno and Bakersfield. Really hot today with those triple digits. Thousand Oaks starting out with the clouds. It's going to start to burn off a little bit more, I think, after the 1 p.m. hour, and then we'll look for some mostly sunny skies. That temperature in the upper 70s. I'll send it back to you.
Okay. Pride Month starts today with a full weekend of festivities in West Hollywood.
Let's go to Mario in West Hollywood Park for a sneak peek of some of the big events happening this weekend.
That's right. The party's already getting started. You know, organizers say hundreds of thousands of people are expected here at West Hollywood Park throughout the weekend. And if you look here, the main stage is already being prepped here for a lot of performances. That's one of 3 main stages where attendees can hear live music throughout the weekend. So take a look. It all kicks off with the Out Loud Music Festival here at West Hollywood Park. The 3-day music festival serves as the headlining entertainment event of WeHo Pride Weekend. And this year's lineup features the Pussycat Dolls, Jade, Ashley Simpson, Mel C from the Spice Girls, dozens of others LGBTQ plus artists and allies performing throughout the entire weekend. And the celebration also includes a free street fair, Women's Freedom Festival, and Sunday's annual WeHo Pride Parade. That starts at noon. And this year's parade also comes after organizers and Kathy Hilton mutually agreed she would no longer serve as the event's Grand Marshal icon following some backlash about the selection. They did confirm the parade will move forward without naming a replacement Grand Marshal icon. So if you're heading anywhere near West Hollywood Park for Pride Weekend, expect several street closures. Beginning at noon today, we could tell you closures expand to include Santa Monica Boulevard between La Cienega and Doheny, along with portions of North Robertson and North San Vicente. And then on Sunday, Pride Parade closures run from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Santa Monica Boulevard from Fairfax to Doheny. Nearby side streets will also be affected, so huge impact for anybody driving in the area throughout the weekend. If we come back out here live, another look at the main stage. Activities beginning at 6 p.m. here at West Hollywood Park. Weekend passes for the main Out Loud Music Festival start at about $179 for a weekend pass, but plenty of stuff to enjoy that is completely free, like the street fair along Santa Monica Boulevard and the big parade on Sunday. And make sure you hydrate because it's going to be a warm one. For now, in West Hollywood, I'm Mario Ramirez. Back to you.
Hydrate with water, not just alcohol.
You have to be very specific, Mario.
Good clarification there.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for. All right. Thank you, Mario. Actually, this is perfect. You can hydrate with some freshly squeezed lemonade. Pucker up. The annual Upland Lemon Fest underway.
Coco is live there this morning. Pretty in yellow.
Good morning. Thank you both so much. Yeah, we love the Upland Festival, Upland Lemon Festival. It's such a great time. There's a lot to do, actually, if you decide to come down here. Free admission, and then you can support all of the local businesses downtown, which includes so many restaurants, so many cool and unique shops. But also, there are a lot of vendors out here as well, including Globaganza, which is a brand new company featuring a VR ride, the first of its kind. I am here with Haitham now. He's the owner of Globaganza. This is so cool. Tell us about this.
Yeah, this is the first time the 6-axis horizontal motion simulator in VR in California. Wow. And this is a style of Universal Studios style entertainment rides for carnivals for the first time in California. So Globaganza, we designed that because we want to go to all the carnivals with a new brand, world-class entertainment ride. Not only normal carnival rides, you know. And this is also, you can ride anything. Now these guys, they are riding Great Wall of China, and we are in Upland. Okay, Lemon Festival in Upland, you know. So we can take you for anything. Dinosaur World, roller coasters, World of China, motorcycle racing, aeroplane racing. So challenging. We have Arabian Nights also. You need to go in a challenge to get the lamb at the end, you know.
Yeah.
So this is first time, and I am very, very excited to introduce it for everybody in California. We are ready for all the type of events, festivals, carnivals, corporate events, school events, private events. We can go anywhere and we can operate because it's built in, everything, all in one. We don't need power from outside. We don't need anything. Very safe. And at the same time, the VR with the synchronic of this movement, you see the movement, how movement strong and synchronic with all the movement, make everybody feel it's inside. You are immersive completely, you know. So this is Globaganda. My name is Haitham, the founder of Globaganda.
This is just such a cool thing. Like Haitham was saying, first of its kind. What an amazing experience for the people riding it. That's Isaac and Trenton who are trying it out right now, having a good time. Thank you so much for talking to us, Haitham, as well.
Thank you for visiting our booth, and I invite everybody coming to Lemon Festival to come to try this ride. You will never know how it's good until you try it.
Yes. Absolutely. I agree with that. And you know what? I would do something like this. You guys all know that I'm not great at roller coasters, but I would feel safe on something like this. So I will ride the Great Wall of China, all the cool things that you can do right here with the virtual reality set. I'll send it back to you.
Wait. Yes, very safe on the ride that only goes side to side.
But hang on. Have you done VR before? Have you done VR before?
I have.
Okay, because
I have. And that's... Go ahead.
I was just going to say my issue with it is I can get dizzy and motion sickness ever since I started getting older. I feel like it really affects me.
Yes, and I was going to say, like, the thing about virtual reality, too, is it really does take you into it. So if you have a fear of heights, you're still going to feel like you're definitely flying and climbing and all of those things. But the thing I like about it is I know that I'm on the ground, right? I know that I'm safe, at least.
The Simpsons ride at Universal.
Oh, my gosh.
Wait, you don't like it?
No.
That's one of my favorite things ever because I know I'm okay.
You don't understand. I was sweating. I thought I was going to die.
As your feet were touching the ground?
I didn't feel good. Like, I thought, like, I felt so nauseous. It was rough. That is my most hated ride.
And your toddler at the time was
They were having a great time. But I looked over at my husband, and he also looked like he was about to die. Like, wait, that was a rough experience.
That's my favorite ride ever.
All right, well, you can take them. My kids, we're staying out of that one. All right, entertainment sponsored by Yamavar Resort and Casino. Are you guys ready for another Ice Age? What a great trailer. This is a teaser trailer, the first one for Ice Age Boiling Point, and all the original voice stars are back. Ray Romano, Queen Latifah, Dennis Leary, John Leguizamo. This is the 7th Ice Age movie. It will hit theaters February of next year.
Okay, another big animated franchise is also coming back. Toy Story 5 is poised to be a hit in theaters, and so is the new song from the movie by a singer you might have heard of.
I remembered I loved you, came back when it mattered, I saw you, standing there in the light of the window, wearing that same smile. Man, it's been a while, but I knew you.
Easily recognizable voice, Taylor Swift has released her new original song, I Knew It, I Knew You, which features in the upcoming Toy Story 5 movie. She's gone back to her country roots, even posting part of the song on her Instagram with home video of her dressed as a cowgirl. It's really, really cute. Oh. I Knew It, I Knew You was written for Jessie, the cowgirl in the movie. Toy Story 5 hits theaters June 19th. That's so fun.
That is fun. Also, Broadway will honor its best on Sunday at the Tony Awards.
Musicals about voguing cats, teenage vampires, a spoof of the blockbuster Titanic, and much more are all competing for top awards. Here's Fox's Ashley Dvorkin.
It's Broadway's biggest night. The 79th annual Tony Awards will honor the theater's biggest talents on and off the stage this Sunday. New musicals The Lost Boys and Schmigadoon are tied as the season's most nominated productions. Both are up for 12 categories, including Best Musical. The Lost Boys is based on the classic 1987 vampire movie, while Schmigadoon comes from the Apple TV series. Lincoln Center Theater's Ragtime is right behind with 11 nominations. It'll be battling it out for Best Revival of a Musical with Cats, the Jellicle Ball, a reimagining of Andrew Lloyd Webber's iconic Cats, set in a drag ballroom competition. Titanic received 4 nominations, including 1 for Best Musical. The spoof of the hit blockbuster movie Titanic started out off-Broadway in the basement of a grocery store.
For 90 minutes, no matter what's going on in the world, you're going to come and you're going to laugh harder than you've ever laughed and hear the best singing of your life.
Arthur Miller's Death of a Salesman, starring stage and screen favorites Nathan Lane and Laurie Metcalf, is the most nominated play of the season, with 9 total nods. Lane, along with Daniel Radcliffe and John Lithgow, are going head-to-head for Best Leading Actor in a Play. Lithgow stars as Roald Dahl in Giant, the story of the scandal that shook the children's author's legacy. The play marks Lithgow's 25th appearance on Broadway.
And this one is really good. It's just been enormously gratifying.
Carrie Coon, Rose Byrne, Leslie Manville, and Kelly O'Hara are vying for Best Leading Actress in a Play. Grammy winner Pink hosts the main ceremony starting at 8 p.m. Eastern on CBS and streaming live on Paramount+.
I was talking to Neil Patrick Harris about what's expected, and he said, you're just Kermit the Frog and you're celebrating everyone else.
Broadway fans watching at home can download the official 2026 Tony Awards ballot at playbill.com. Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
We'll be right back.
Good stuff.
Thank you.
「
The Angels, Fox 11, and Fox 11 Plus are once again teaming up to bring fans the best in Angels action this season. And back with us, our favorite Roger Lodge, host of the Sports Lodge on Angels Radio, AM 830. Roger, you know, every week we say there's a lot of great things being planned at the Big A this coming week and next week, but I think this is like really a lot. This is the most.
We have so much to go over.
Yeah.
This segment right now might actually take longer than the vote tabulation for mayor and governor here in California. There's so much to go over.
I know.
Starting this weekend, of course, the Angels and the Dodgers up at Dodger Stadium. Now, last year, they played 6 times, and my Halos won all 6 games.
Oh, wow.
But so far this year, the Dodgers have won all 3 games against my Angels. So the Angels are looking for revenge all weekend long at Dodger Stadium. Going to be a great series. Everyone needs to tune in and root on my Angels.
Yeah, I think it's at first pitch is 7:10 tonight.
Yes, that's exactly right.
All right, so we do have a lot to go over. So let's talk about this bobble giveaway.
Oh, Monday night at Angel Stadium. Look at that Yusei Kikuchi bobblehead that's going to be given away on Monday night when the Angels take on the Houston Astros. That's a 3-game series. Okay. And then after a day off on Thursday, the Tampa Bay Rays come to town. And a week from tonight is a big night at the Big A, because we will have not only Victor Glover from Artemis 2, the astronaut throwing out the first pitch.
That's incredible.
A week from tonight. It's going to be absolutely spectacular. It's also the same night that they're giving away this beautiful Angels soccer jersey in spirit of the upcoming World Cup.
It is.
Come on. What child in Southern California would not love to have this Angels jersey? So that's all happening a week from tonight out at Angel Stadium.
You had me at Victor Glover.
Yeah.
I mean, so he's going to throw out the first pitch.
Yes, and then after the game, so after you come in, you get your soccer jersey, and you watch Victor Glover from Artemis 2 throw out the ceremonial first pitch. After the game, you have a drone show, 800 drones, a spectacular show. It's really becoming a fan favorite. Yeah, they love that.
It's definitely a favorite. This is this is the one you bring the entire family to.
No
and
doubt.
Everybody enjoys. Now, I did not get this last time, but there's actually a way for you to vote for the All-Star.
Yes, you go to, you have the website right there.
Angels.com/All-Star.
We got to get Mike Trout in the All-Star game at least a couple of more times in his Hall of Fame career. One more time, the website, Maria.
That website is angels.com/all-star. And of course, you know, we want to give you tickets. We want to hook you guys up with 4 tickets behind the dugout to see the Angels take on the Rays. This is on Friday, June 12th.
That's the soccer jersey night.
Soccer jersey night, 1 week from today.
Victor Glover night. You'll be right behind the dugout and watching him throw out the first pitch. How do you lose?
You don't. You just don't. So enter for your chance to win on our website at foxla.com/contest or link through that QR code right there on the screen. For more info, all you have to do is go to the Angels exciting events and giveaways. Go to angels.com/promotions. And Roger, we did it. We covered it all. We
nice
did it.
work. Go Halos.
Go.
right, so our question of the day for the poll was, what is your favorite Pixar movie? And it looks like 34% of you said Coco. That's a great choice. Followed by Toy Story and Cars. Okay.
Finding Nemo is one of the greatest movies ever invented. Come on, guys.
It is a good one.
Coco's great. That's true,
It's a little slow. I'm shocked The Incredibles only got 6%, actually.
Yeah.
That is a great series.
What's your favorite, if you had to pick?
I do love Coco. I really do.
Yeah.
I would say Coco and The Incredibles. You?
Finding Nemo. I loved that.
Really?
Yeah, I loved that.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Wait, let's see what people have to say. Oh.
Nope.
Okay, never mind. We're going to go.
Okay, let me show you this. The world's top cliff divers will do battle this week. They're going to battle this weekend in St. Petersburg, Florida. The Diving World Series will feature 24 brave athletes leaping from heights of 70 feet for the women, 90 feet for the men. They're going to hit the water at 50 miles per hour after a 3-second free fall. Everyone gets 4 dives apiece with scores based on execution, synchronization, and artistic impression. You know, my mom lives in Tampa. I'm going to ask her. She should take my nephew to watch this.
Oh, yeah. Something fun to do.
He would love that. He likes a risk.
Okay.
You know.
This is it. You know, it always scares me. I feel like they're going to hit their head on that board when they do the spin. It's wild.
Well, none of that here right now. We've got, well, actually, the overcast conditions there in Florida, a little different from our overcast conditions, a little humid there. Here we've got the marine layer and that June gloom that's still hanging around. It's cleared up quite a bit for the inland areas, but there's a patch of clouds that's starting to roll in from the north. So eventually we'll see sunshine, not just inland, but along the coast. Here's one of our computer models as we watch those clouds really kind of return tonight into tomorrow morning. You can see how much deeper it is. It'll clear out, and then Saturday night into Sunday, more of the same. I think by next week we'll see a little less, or at least less deep of that marine layer, and then we'll warm things back up again by midweek next week. But tomorrow, Sunday, we're going to cool those temperatures down. Today, mostly in the 60s to low 70s there at the coast, but surf heights are up 3 to 5 feet, occasionally 6-foot sets for Orange County and San Diego beaches. So just be extra careful if you are planning to swim or paddle out, all right? Make sure you do so near a lifeguard. 79 today for downtown LA, cooling down to around 75 Sunday, Monday, and then back up to the upper 70s by midweek next week. 91 in the valleys, Inland Empire, still pretty warm today, and then back down to the low 80s as you can see Sunday into next week. Mountains, beautiful in the Big Bear area, the lake 81, lots of sunshine, but then those clouds return tomorrow's marine layer really pushes farther inland. The high desert 97 today, as you can see back down to the 80s next week. And then if you wanted a little bit warmer than that, you can get to Palm Springs, 107 degrees there later this afternoon. Back to you, too.
All right. Thank you so much, Maria. All right. Here's an odd story from the NBA Finals. This is really funny.
Yeah.
It has to do with Elmo, the Muppet. That's right. So before Game 1, he tweeted a really sweet, innocent message. Harmless, you would think. Elmo hopes both teams have fun. Sounds nice, right?
Wrong.
Wrong is right. Knicks fans went ballistic, pointing out that Sesame Street is in New York. One fan wrote back, "This isn't the time for sportsmanship, Elmo." Well, Elmo heard the internet loud and clear, and he followed up that with this, okay? His first post with a masterclass in puns here. Amanda would appreciate this. "Nix that last message. Elmo didn't mean to spur you on." Well done. New York leads the series 1-0, and Game 2 is tonight.
Isn't Sesame Street, though, like a magical street? Is it?
I thought so, but
maybe they shoot it in New York, but isn't it supposed to be,
I guess, based in New York?
Oh, is it? Okay. All right.
I'm assuming that's what that's about.
I don't remember.